down to Florida and into the Bahamas and around there. And all I can say is I've never been to a colder place in all my life as New York City. Jesus wept in February. It was freezing. James King's in the house from the UK. Nice to hear, James. You're from London. And Marco, hi everyone, how you doing? Maddie's saying, I love a beach party. Don't we all? There's nothing better having that warm breeze on your face, sand between your toes, and a drink in hand round a fire. Oh, fantastic. Pina coladas or wine works. Anything works, I tell you. For me, Ruth Pace is in the house. How you doing from Arkansas? That's the one. Pam Turner's in the house from Toronto. I hope you're battening down the hatches in Toronto at the moment. I've heard it's very, very cold. Been seeing pictures of Niagara Falls and all that, all frozen over. We've got Marusha as well from Bulgaria. Fantastic. We got Carla saying, hola, ¿qué tal? Espera un momento por esperar la primera vez aquí. Muy bien. Leanne's here as well. How you doing in snowy Wisconsin? We've got Linda from Tennessee. Cecil, you're in the house from Baltimore in Maryland. Nice. Steve, you're in the house. Oh, God, from the Bahamas. Will you lot stop putting these nice places where you live? It's shocking. Just making us all feel very, very jealous. Jason's saying, hi, Red, and all you lovely OnPassive people. Yeah, we're a fantastic group of people. I've never had more pleasure in being part of a team like you guys. Okay, Thyron's just saying hello to everyone as well. Bishad, you're here from Manchester, just down the road from where I am at the moment, up in Preston. Actually, Olabisi, actually, from Manchester. How you doing, mate? Fred pronounces Arkansas. Ah, there you go. That's in the Brit, you see. Soz about that. Mike Ford's saying, Larry, how you doing, Larry? And OnPassive is, hey, everyone from Germany. That is Marty saying that. Fantastic. New Jersey Shore in the house. Robert Tortillo. Man, how you doing? Nice to see you on here. Oh, we've got someone from Qatar, Doha as well. Atom, I believe that is. We got Thyron saying, Sean Thompson inviting everyone to Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, let's go and sink the island. Let's all get there. Fantastic. Ethel, you're in the house as well from Joburg in South Africa. Nice place. I want to go to South Africa and do the wineries. It's on my list. Drink some red wine down there. Jean, you're in the house as well from New York. How are you doing? Judy Miller from Florida.
Huh?
How do you know when scallops are done?
Kay Wendell. My God, you're not working at the moment.
This guy's
fantastic.
chef.
You're on,
you want me
buddy.
to ask him?
One of the ask me, what was that? Go on, Marty.
My wife wants to know, how can you tell when scallops are done?
Okay, they normally are opaque. If they're done, they'll turn white.
Okay, thanks, Red.
Chilly 39 degrees in New York City. Yeah, that's pretty damn cold. We've got Preston saying, hi, guys. We've got Clementine as well. Greetings, fellow founders. Great. Sounds great to me, Red, doesn't it ever? Hula skirts, Mai Tais, margaritas, beach. Steel band in the corner, open fire. Wow, that sounds fantastic. We got Sherry as well in the house. How you doing, Sherry? Saying God bless. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Kenneth Hibbert's in the house from New York as well. We've got a big contingent for New York, Preston, Alan from Texas, and Larry from Missouri is in the house, and Kian as well. That's the name of my grandson, actually, Kian from South Orange County in California. Lovely, lovely place. Amandine from Brooklyn. Told you there's a lot from New York at the moment. And we've got BJ Patel as well from Yorkshire, UK. I'm on my way to South Yorkshire tomorrow, actually. BJ, tomorrow, just to visit my wife's mother. She's in the home down there, so we're popping over tomorrow to say hello to her. And Sherry's saying, Mike Hord, thanks for all you do. God bless. Yes, Mike, thank you very much. This fireside chat that you're hosting now is a big hit with all the founders. It's a nice, relaxed atmosphere, and we get a lot of people here now. It's great to be on here. Okay, so enough of me rambling. I'm going to hand it over to Mike now because we're at the top of the hour.
Well, thank you, Red, for your service, not only in the military, but here too. We appreciate you so much. Talk about cold. When I was in the military, it was 1976, and I was in Alaska for 2 years. So I got to experience some extreme cold, but I also got to experience some beautiful countryside, beautiful skies, and the Aurora Borealis. Again, thank you for your service.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Roberto.
Hope you are fine.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Yeah. Welcome from around the world. This is just amazing that this has grown into what it has become today. And Viviana Rodriguez, who just popped on, and she's sharing my name. I was wondering who that other Mike Hord was. It says Mike Hord on your name. Again, this is, we started coming together for this just really kind of relaxed atmosphere where it was a year ago. Oh, there's another Mike Hord here. It's amazing how many Mike Hords are in the world, right? You can change the name on your screen by going up to the 3 dots in the upper right corner. Hit those 3 dots and it'll let you rename yourself. So, today, Viviana and I and Marty, we just came off of another call, which was a celebration of life for Tom Guarino. So Tom Guarino, a year ago, Viviana and I and Tom we were going to meet down in the Bay Area and have a meeting with a group of people. And we know what happened a year ago. They shut everything down. It's actually, I think it was March when we were going to go down there and have a meeting with a group of people in his famous restaurant meeting place, Jack's. So we're going to have a coffee shop meeting in the morning. We were going to have another meeting in the afternoon. And it's like on this call today, I was on Celebration of Life for Tom. I want to make sure that we recognize him because he helped so many people in so many ways. He pushed people to do more than they would normally do. And it was when we couldn't meet down there in the Bay Area, he pushed me to have a Zoom meeting. Okay, let's have one on Wednesday and let's have one on Saturday. Saturdays, we're just going to do a hangout. He made people become more than they really knew they could themselves. And I just really want to give it up to Tom Guarino today for the inspiration for this fireside chat that we have here today. He really inspired this. So thank you, Viviana and Tom Guarino. We want to remember Tom today. So as we came together, we started, had a few people, and then all of a sudden there was 15 people, and then there was 30 people, and now there's over 208. And I'm sure that this is just the numbers are just going to keep going and going and going. And I love how we got together, we come together, and we talk about what it was we were doing and how we could help each other. I'm sorry, somebody needs to mute. If you're not on the, yeah, there you go. Thank you. One of the things I love about OnPassive and the way we have come together and grown together is we lift each other up. We build each other up, just like Tom has done. Hundreds and hundreds of people, thousands of people that this man has helped. And that's what OnPassive is. That's why he was in OnPassive. Tom had a foundation that helped so many people come into OnPassive. We're going to make sure we carry on that for him, and carry on just the, when you spend time with him, it kind of grows on you. And I've always been about helping people, but when you spend time with Tom, you become more of that. So again, this call today, we want to thank Tom for making this happen, for bringing me out and pushing me out to do this. So I think that maybe we should have Viviana come out. Let's share a little bit of our journey. This has been a journey that has truly enriched our lives.
Yeah, I couldn't. As I was listening to everybody talking about Tom today in his memorial, it just, it brought a tear to my eye, because he was a person who liked to connect people. And he was a very much of a people person. And if you knew Tom, he was just one of those outgoing people that just he had a lot of connections. He had a lot of connections, and he when I told him about OnPassive, he immediately signed up, because he saw what it spoke to his heart, and Ash spoke to his heart. He was such a giving person. So it's really sad. We're gonna miss him. We're gonna really miss Tom. He was very, very much of not only a people person, but he wanted to help. That's why he had this foundation. He wanted to help people. He had such a huge heart, and everybody just loved him. He was one of these people that you would be around him, and he made you feel comfortable right away. And yeah, he's going to be missed greatly.
Yeah, so Viviana has become a leader in OnPassive, and a lot of that is because we took kind of like that model of Tom, worked with Marty DeGarmo, Dan Street, Mike Ellis, Lauren Cotter, another good friend of Tom's, and helped her to become a leader. And now well over 200 founding members on her team. So congratulations to Viviana.
Yeah.
And you still need to change your name. Somebody else is sharing my name.
I've been trying to. On my screen, I can't see the little dots. It's not on here. I don't know why maybe I'm showing up as Mike Hort. I don't know what adjustments to make, but
that's all right.
anyway,
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So let's start going around the world and sharing. So maybe we could have Alberto Sanchez. And Alberto, where are you at? You in Spain?
I'm living in Spain, southeast coast, on the Mediterranean side.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know that you have also supported Viviana, and we appreciate that. And you're just a great supporter of OnPassive, and I know you've been here for a while, so maybe you could just share a little bit with us today. Again, this is just, we're hanging out, Fireside.
Well, thank you, and hello to everybody. It's my first time that I'm here on a Saturday, and
welcome.
Thank you very much. And for me, being in OnPassive is a great experience on one side, because as you mentioned with Viviana, when she asked when we met through the Leadership Council, obviously through the webinars like now, and she asked me if I can give her any advice or any help, and I said straight away that it's no problem from my side, and that is what I told her. And I don't know now exactly if she has started already with the webinars. I know once initially, we know it, you just mentioned it, initially there came 20 people, then 40, 60, now we have 240, which is nice to see, because that means OnPassive, it's a done deal, it's true, and it's not just that we do each day, not just one webinar, 2, 3, or 4. It has to be, it is because there is something true, obviously. And what I realized now, the last few weeks, since December, I can say, due to that I know German, I'm also involved with German groups, and we are quite closer and helping each other with the webinars. That means if you can't tomorrow do this webinar, then someone else of the team do this webinar for you. without saying you have to give me something. No, because we are doing it by the end for each of us, because OnPassive is one. That is the vision Mr. Ashton Faris is transmitting us. That's what I thought, or I have understood, and that's what I'm doing, and I'm doing it with my heart because I like it, and that's why I'm here. Obviously, I have to say I have also the time for it, otherwise it would be a bit difficult. And why I joined OnPassive, it was mid-May last year. A friend of his friend told him about OnPassive, and this was an Austrian guy. And but my friend, he's Spaniard, and he cannot speak English or either German. So by the end, he said he phoned me and said, Alberto, I have to talk to you. We have to see us. I said, how we can see us? A pandemic at this moment? You have, or we see us at your home place or at my home place. So he said, no, I have to go to the city where you're living. So afterwards, I pop to your place. I said, okay. So he came to my place and spoke initially about other things, until I told him, come on, let me know what you want from me, because you still haven't said it. And he said, okay. Then he asked, he told me about OnPassive, but he was not sure if he understood correctly. So he asked me to be so kind to join a German webinar, which I did 2 days later. And what I found really, really amazing was the atmosphere. Everybody was speaking about the same. And after it, obviously, I phoned my friend and told him, look, that is OnPassive is this. And he said, okay, I understood exactly what you told me. But the other point, what was nice, when the people asked me, hey, you look not German, but you speak like a German one. But are you German or not? He said, no, I'm Spaniard, but I can speak German because I lived in Germany many, many years. And then they asked me, oh, if you're living in Spain, can you give me your phone number, your email address? And in this way, it started my way, or my initial way, with OnPassive, because afterwards I decided straight ahead to be part of OnPassive. And initially I said I would like to invest 3,000 or 4,000 euros. It's around $3,500. And the answer was, it is not necessary. With one ID, $97, that's enough. You don't need to invest more. And I say, oh, it's the first time ever in my life that the company or people of the company told me it is not necessary to invest more than that. I say, oh, this is completely different what I've ever heard in my life. And from that moment, I said, I'm on the right place. It is on the right moment. And what I'm doing is correct, and for you, and for everybody of OnPassive. And I don't ask you to give me something back, because I don't expect that. If we do that, what we are doing now, it is because we like and we love it. And it's really, as I said, it's the best thing I've ever done. And I sleep each night. Many people I know, normally it's around in your circle, friends, etc. They say, oh, another thing you are doing, and people pull your leg. Don't believe in that, because that is not true. And I said, look, in the past, Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, etc., they offered shares. Nobody believed initially because nobody knew or known that. Now it's the same with OnPassive. Nobody knows. But OnPassive, right on when they start, right on the beginning, more or less they have 500,000 of clients, which are we. No company ever had 500,000 of clients right from the beginning on. That is something unique. And I could maybe tonight speak a lot more, because always when I have to say something, I have to add something more, because as I said, it's amazing. And I don't want to go longer on. Just say we are in the right place. And thank you very much for being with you today.
Well, thank you, Alberto, for sharing. And I just want to say that if anybody else wants to come out and speak today, if you drag your cursor down to the bottom, there's a yellow hand there, raise your hand, let you come out and speak. And also, you know, we have 256 people on the call today. How many of you were on Thursday's call with Ash Mafara? If you know you have someone that's not engaged, yeah, raise your hand, raise your hand. If you're not engaged, you know, I had these people reaching out to me all the time because I got so many people who are contacting me and they want some help. I've got this guy that's, you know, his friend told him that Ash Mafara was involved in these other companies that went bad, and that, you know, he brought up all the bad things that he could find on Ash. And I said, well, that's what he was looking for. If you want to convince this person that this company is worthy, send him a copy of the replay, make him a founder, you know, go to your back office and watch it yourself. If you weren't there in person, go watch the replay. It's in the back office right now. I mean, I couldn't have been more elated, just like so many of you, like jacked out of my mind because of what I seen on Thursday. Did I spend a lot of time? Not really. You know, it was a few hours out of my day to stay tuned in and tuned up. If somebody is telling you that OnPassive is not worthy, go watch that video. Get yourself tuned up so you know how to talk to people. Just really had to bring that. This is a fireside chat, right? If you're not in it, and this what we do here today, this is not just for founders only. If you bring somebody here today and they hear all the stories that they're going to hear, they hear all the heartfelt energy, the vibration that comes from what we do here, and they don't get it, then like Marty says, you know, they're brain dead from here up. Go down to the hardware store and get a shovel. So,
hey, Mike.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story today. Obviously, everyone knows about me, and I've been around for a long, long time. Now, I got involved back in September 18, and you know, I built a pretty big group within OnPassive, and I live, breathe, sleep this stuff. If I ever get any sleep, that is, by the way, because OnPassive is the best drug for staying awake I've ever come across in my life. My sleep pattern is, for 2 years, has been completely haywire because of every day there's more and more excitement that is being built, and it is. Now, I have bought positions for my wife, my kids, grandkids, and all the rest of it. And last week I bought another position. Now, I haven't bought another position for a long time now, for probably 8 months or 10 months, and I decided to buy yet another position, and I've got a lot of positions. And the reason I bought another position is because Thursday's webinar completely blew me away, and I thought, do you know something, there's a lot of people I'm going to help within this, but the best gift that I can give somebody is a founder's position. So I luckily I had a spare bit of money, so I went out and bought another position under myself, and I'm going to gift that to one of my friends or a friend of a friend or somebody, where after a year, when it gets to once I've managed it and get it to the right place. Now, anybody who's a founder here now at the moment, we all want to help a lot of people, but the best way to actually help someone, rather than giving them a monetary amount, is to just to buy them a $97 founder position and surprise it with them. They will get much more value out of having that given to them than if you get them 10 grand, because it is something that's going to continue for years and years and years, and they will be far more grateful for that one founder's position that has cost you $97 in a year's time than you turning around and giving them $10,000 as a thank you in an envelope. So that's what I've done, and I'm going to continue to do that if I've got the money to do it. It's very, very easy to do. You just use your own registration link, and you can sign up underneath you. Okay, and don't forget that also counts towards your 3 in your front line as well. So it's a winner chicken dinner for everybody. It's easy to transfer. You can change names in your back office under profile yourself. And if you've got the email anyway, you just hand the email over to someone, just do a new unique email, and then you can hand it straight over to them. Simple as that. So anybody who's watching this at the moment, you know, even where I am, that is going to be financially secure from the word go, I understand the importance of the founder position more and more and more, because once it's gone, guys. There is going to be no more. And we don't know whether that's going to be a month's time, 6 weeks' time, 2 weeks' time, whatever. I don't know when it's going to be, but I know one thing: things are hotting up big time at the moment. So that window of opportunity to get in, especially at $97, okay, that is definitely going to be gone very shortly. So, do you know something? We can't go out at the moment. We can't go out to restaurants. We can't go out socializing. We can't do anything. We can't go on holiday. So treat somebody by treating yourself to that position. Buy it and then look after it and hand it over. So that's what I've done. Okay. And I hope you guys do exactly the same, because that person that you hand it to, it's a bit like, you know, Willy and Wonka factory, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You know, you're going out and you're buying that bar of chocolate and you're getting the golden ticket. I'll tell you now, that founder's position will be the golden ticket for a lot of people. Okay, so do yourself a favor, get an extra position, and you can gift that to anybody you want.
Okay.
Thank you, Red. I totally agree with you. I have 10 positions myself and plan on having many more, maybe another 10. And why? Because, like you said, that they're golden ticket. Once we launch and they're not available anymore, now I have some love to spread around, you know, to help people with. My whole goal, you know, my thing with OnPassive, you know, my big why is to help homeless people. And when I'm talking about, you know, there's a lot of, I've had a chance to observe homeless people because I was out there for a while on the street. And I see there are some people who ended up there like myself, who didn't want to be there. And I probably didn't have to go there. I think it was a calling. But there's a lot of people out there that want to be there. That's what the lifestyle that they want. You know, they don't need help. The people that ended up there because of a situation, they lost their job or whatever happened in life, and they're out there on the streets, those are the people that I want to seek out and I want to help. Well, what if I could share with them a founding position? And their obligation would be that they have to share this with other people. If we can turn their life around and help get them a little extra money, get them off the street, and they can help other people. OnPassive makes that possible. And those founding positions make that huge for people. So I'm going to bring out, I'm going to turn this over to Marty in a minute, but certainly want to recognize Dan Street, who is here today. I don't know if Mike Ellis is here today, but Dan Street, just to come out and share a little bit with us. I always like to hear from Dan. Dan, I know you're there. Are you there, Dan? And if not, we'll just go ahead and turn it over to Marty. You know, I started this Fireside Chat like a long time ago, and I thank you guys for, you know, bringing me out and letting me be the host here. But really, this is OnPassive Nation has created the overwhelming amount of support and excitement and energy that we have here with our calls today. I remember when I first started doing Zoom calls, and Marty was working with Mike Ellis, and Marty said, "Hey, Mike, I think we should do a Zoom call." And Mike said, "Nah, I'm not too big on that." So I started doing Zoom calls, and I invited Mike Ellis to come out and talk for me because I really wasn't completely educated or understanding enough to be the speaker. So Mike came out and spoke for me, and then it was the next week that they decided to have a Zoom meeting. And the Zoom meetings, because of COVID, it forced us to come together. And because we came together, everybody loves to, it's like, take me to church, you know, let's get together and let's hang out together. And it has grown into what it is today. So I'll go ahead and turn the call over to Marty. Marty, appreciate you being here and being such a support for everybody here.
Thanks, Mike. Sorry I'm late, but I was eating dinner. And I was doing something else before that, so I didn't realize time caught up too fast. Hello, everybody. I'm glad everybody is here. Man, it's a pretty good sized group. If anybody wants to join the panel, put your hand up and I'll add you in. This is a fireside chat. Everybody can relax and just tell their story. I talk enough during the week for everybody that knows me. I talk enough for everybody here, actually. Okay, there's somebody. There's somebody. Wow, there's somebody. Hold on 1 second. Okay, a little about me that you probably already know, unless you're somebody new. I've been online since 2004. I was on wound up on disability, and I thought I would get online and make money, make a little money if I could. Obviously, that is not what they said it would be. I mean, I did all the classes. I went here, do that. First, you get the free class, and they tell you, well, you're good, but you'd be much better if you paid $150 and got the next class. Of course, I did. And then they said, well, if you pay $500, you'd be a master class. Well, I did that enough times, I became a master ass, sorry to say. So I said, well, don't need to keep blowing that money away, because I was already blowing money away just joining these businesses, because first you got to buy stuff, a lot of stuff, and you have to have a quota to make so much. And then when you make so much and you build a team, you have to buy more personal stuff. I just thought, man, there's just got to be a better way. Obviously there is, but it took me a long, long time to find it. But anyway, after I met up with Dan Street and Mike Ellis first. Oh man, it's been almost 10 years now. And hold on a second. See, this is what live is. This is a fireside chat. My dogs are mute until I come on here. Anyway, so I met up with Mike and Dan, and I said, I gotta figure out this Facebook advertising. And I tried it, and it would beat me up for a long, long time, and a lot of money. Thank God when I ran out of money, Dan had some, so I just kept going. Tried to drain Dan's bank account, but I didn't succeed at that. But I did learn some skills on how to market on Facebook. It's a moving target. And I thought, man, how's anybody going to be able to do that? Honestly. So I was in a few businesses, and then about 3 years ago, maybe, I can't believe it's that long ago, but I think so, maybe 4 years ago, I was in a business with Red Redford and Peter here. And I'm not going to mention any names or anything, but we got in that business and we paid a monthly payment and didn't really get anything at first. Now we kept being told stuff, and, you know, like Jojo the Idiot Circus Monkey, I just kept going along with it because I'm thinking maybe he has something that can help me. At that time, it wasn't as much about marketing as was how could I bring people with me? And this guy, I thought, or this whatever, said, well, when I'm done, you can market and bring people and all that. So I put it all together. I said, okay, maybe this is what we want. I didn't care what the business was at the time, because when I got to the point I could market, I hated it because I couldn't bring anybody with me. And I can't step on people to be one of the 3 or 2%. I just was not any good at it. I couldn't look in people's face and say, hey, you're doing great, when I knew they weren't. And that's what people do. And I've got witnesses here. We worked a long time together. So about 2 years ago now, which I can't believe that either, me and Mike and Dan are talking. I said, look, I might give this up altogether. if I've got to work and we build a team and actually look in people's face and lie to them and they can't go with us, and and a guru, a really good guru, you know what they are? They can shovel faster than everybody else. That's it. They can bring people in faster than they quit. My son's screaming because he's playing Fortnite. And he's got his headset on. I keep telling him to be quiet, but he's not listening. Anyway, so that went on and on and on and on. And then I said, well, I can't do it. And they didn't like it either. We were in that business. We were ready to quit. And in fact, one of the people in that business said to me, I said to him, I said, listen, people are getting the impression they're doing a great job. And I just brought in 4,000 people to the site and nobody signed up. How about that poor sap that brought in 10 and thinks he won the lottery? I said, it's not fair. They're not going to be able to do this. And he goes, well, that's the great part of it, because if everybody does it, then we won't be making the money. And I went, oh, I'm done with this. So I left and started searching around for a company that I didn't think existed, which is called OnPassive, and it did exist. And thank God, you don't follow people that know the most, you follow the people you trust.
Right.
Because I did follow the people I thought knew the most and lost more money than you could imagine. So I said, I'm not doing that anymore. But anyway, I don't know what Peter Rogers put something up. And not only am I big, I'm like a pig. I root around and try to find out what's going on. So I went, what the heck is Peter doing? I found out Red was with him. So I go, oh, they got to be up to no good. I'm just kidding. So I said, I'm going to go find out. So I contacted Peter. Said, what are you doing? Oh, it's called OnPassive. Now remember, my level is low. I'm just looking for a business that everybody can make money. Even if I make it, they make it. That's it. I didn't really care at that point what the product was. Of course I cared, but it was more like, let's first find out if everybody gets an even deal. And he explained it to me, and then I met with him and Red. I went, whoa, holy moly. I automatically thought, if this is 10% as good as they say it is, we got to jump on this like a fat rat in a cheese factory. And at the time, I said to them, how many people? And it was 17,000. Funny, I remember. I can't remember what I did yesterday. But there were 17,000. Then I thought, man, that's a lot of people. This thing's already saturated. That's how small I was thinking. So, but we'll make it a go. Who's running it? Some guy named asked me for, you got to listen to his webinar or something. Didn't have anything really at that time. Those 2 tapes, I think, Red, Peter, something like that. It was a video or something. And because most of the videos start coming out with Mike Ellis. You want to know the truth. I mean, we just started pounding him out once we started learning. And I said, whoa, yeah, we got to meet that guy. And of course, he's busy because he's building this monster. And the monster was changing while he's building it. You guys got to know the story if you're not there. I said, yeah, we got to meet him. So I went back to Dan and Mike and just absolutely barfed on them about this business because I didn't know what I was talking about. They signed up just so I'd shut up. You know what I mean? Yeah, okay, $97 we'll get in. You know, who the heck knows what he's talking about? So we had another meeting. We started to go to some stuff, and then you start researching. Yeah, there was some nasty stuff out there. And then I always research the person that writes the nasty stuff because I want to know who he is. And most of the time they're a leech and are worthless people. Okay. So I said, okay, I don't trust him. He's an idiot. Well, then I said, well, the only way we're going to get this guy's attention is let's just build it as big as fast as we can. And if he's who he says he is, he's going to come to us. And he did about a year and a half ago. And when I talked to him on the phone, you guys, if you've ever heard him, you're going to know what I mean. So I got off the phone and I went, what the heck did I just hear? You know, because he's not holding anything back. You know, usually you go to somebody, you got to dig stuff out of them. Ash is just pouring stuff on me. And when you're going there with one thing, I'm gonna find out the truth. Well, he's not only telling you the truth, he's telling you where we're going, why we're going. But so I got off and went, holy cow. So then we had a meeting, me, Mike, and him, and the rest is history. We made OnPassive Nation and build it. But if anybody here, and I've said this to everybody, and I don't do hype, if you are a founder in OnPassive today, or if you're a founder in OnPassive the last day, you are going to be a millionaire in a matter of time. I don't know how long. But when you're going into a business that's going to be $1 trillion business, which it will be, you can't help but be a millionaire by accident. And I don't care if you bring anybody in. Let me tell you why. I can look on the screen right now and I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 builders just in this small group. Guess where you are? You're in the middle, you're on the side, or you're underneath. Either way, you all get helped. And that has nothing to do with what the company is going to do. So put that in your head. You're getting built for you, under you, on top of you, beside you. And I believe 100% everybody that's a founder will be a millionaire. Do you want to get there quicker? Share it. There goes my dog.
The kids outside.
What did we do with that gun we used to have? I'm just kidding. She doesn't think that's funny. But anyway, so get in. Don't worry about who you are or what you can do. That's why I'm in this business, because it was set up for the average man and woman anywhere in the world to be successful. I've got a friend in Papua New Guinea. Listen to me. I didn't even know there was a Papua New Guinea, okay? He's got 4,000 people on his team, and he did it in the jungle. So when people say I can't get 97, I just find it hard to believe. But if they can do it, it's possible. I know it's not easy for everybody, but you know, in half of this world, $5 a day is a big deal for the whole half of this world. I'm not talking about England, UK, Spain. I'm talking about the other half. There's people that don't make anything. This is going to change the world, and you can be part of it. I didn't really intend on talking this much because I do it all week long. But anyway, that's all I have. I just want you go ahead and get the information. But if you were given a position at Apple for $97, what do you need to know? I mean, what do you need to know? Anyway, that's all I have.
Thank you, Marty. And Marty, I think there might be something in the settings that's not allowing people to have their name, to be able to change their name, you know, something on your settings. I can't do it on my side because we have like, will the real Mike Horde please stand up? We got like 5 Mike Hordes. So, you know, take a look at that. And again, if Dan Street is, I think Dan's was named Mike Horde also. I know Carla's Mike Horde, Viviana's Mike Horde. And we're okay with that. We just like to see who people really are.
Yeah, I don't know how to put my last name.
I'll try to take care of it. I'm not sure why that is either. It's not something I did.
I think it's something in settings, you know, as I work through Zoom, I think it's something in settings.
Yeah, it probably is. I'm gonna add more people to the group. So anyway, keep going. And I'll be
People
back.
thought it was my eagle. So, hey, if there's somebody that wants to share while we're waiting, I know some people got their hands raised, but hey, if you want to share, just open your mic, come out and share with us
Hey,
today.
Marty. How are you all?
Hi,
This is
Louisa.
Louisa Flores from United States, Harlem.
Ah,
And I've been listening to Marty for a while now, and Ricardo, and I'm carrying back on what they said. You start with these booming businesses, and all of a sudden they start falling down. These days is only 6 months to a year. But I am very glad this group here has done their homework to actually know what are the downfalls so they can like stay away from it. Prevention is the best medication. And I feel we are on top of the stream right now, and I'm excited to ride it on. Nathan from New Jersey put me on to this group, and I'm very thankful for him for doing so. So I've been around for years as far as an entrepreneur slash career slash family slash education. So I am now in my time to enjoy my life and know what to leave alone and what to stay moving forward with this. So I know my time is valuable and I want to enjoy the rest of the remaining of my life is and do not repeat any of the wasting time and financial hiccups. But I'm very glad to be a part of this forum because when you know something new, the beginning of it, it is the best part to be a part of it and not, excuse me, and not be at the other end of it as far as being a consumer side. This end, I'm glad I have an opportunity to be on the other end of the spectrum. So thank you very much. I've been listening very diligently to all of you. And I even more so, I feel that I'm in the right team, on the right track, and just looking very forward to move on as years. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Louisa. And it's like, this is the only thing that has come along over the years that says you come in, you spend the $97. Once we open and we have our official launch, you're going to pay one time out of pocket for the marketing tools that the company is going to use those tools to market your business for you. It doesn't matter if you have another product, business, or service that you want the company to market for you, or if you don't have one. That's okay. The company's going to market OnPassive for you for a small fee, one time out of pocket. And I always take this back to Amway. If Amway would have said those exact words years ago when it first started, they said, hey, look, we have a tremendous marketing program and we're going to do the marketing for you. We're going to guarantee you customers. One time out of pocket, you never have to pay for it again. And you're going to constantly get customers. What would have happened to Amway? Multi-trillion. They would have had to have another name for after a trillion. I think they do. That's what would have happened to Amway. That's what's going to happen for us here as founding members in OnPassive when this opens up and they market your business product or service for you, or they market OnPassive for you. Your next year and your next 2 and 3 years are going to be, now we get to live in bliss. We get to have, there's too many of us here who are in our golden age. I just turned 62. I just qualified for Social Security. Now I get to live my golden years and spend more time on that golf course behind me, Torrey Pines, down in Southern California, over in Hawaii, over in Mexico. I can truly start to live. And I was totally set up for retirement back in 2010. Got wiped out from something that I had no control of. How many of us are here because of things that have happened in our life and we didn't really get to settle into that retirement that we would like to have? Not only am I going to be able to retire financially well off and be able to travel, but I'm going to be able to do what I want to do with helping other people, just like you here. I know that Ash talks about all the time the things that we're going to do to provide good, clean drinking water, to provide shoes for kids that don't have them. We all, as OnPassive, together, we have this energy to go out and help the world. Couldn't be in a better place with a better company and a better opportunity. So, Marty, we got some people with their hands raised. Want to talk about their
Hello.
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 Oh, hello, Rosalind.
Hi.
Look at that big, beautiful smile.
You say everything that I wanted to say, but I want to say, Marty, thank you. Thank you so much. You just don't know how much appreciative I am. You kept emailing me. And I kept saying I'm a licensed insurance agent and a health agent, but I haven't been doing anything because my dad, he has 2 amputations. So in 2011, I dropped out of work to take care of him. So basically, I live off his income. And when I saw the information come through my email, I said, well, I bet not open it at the beginning because it may be somebody trying to hack my computer. So then I went to go last year I went to go delete all my emails, and I seen OnPassive. And I saw the writing across it, and I got intrigued about what was going on. And I said, hold up. Another opportunity. I erased it. It came up again. I had to erase it again. I went back and read it again. I said, this can't be true. Something kept calling me to OnPassive. And I say, what is it? And then I got in there. I said, well, what is OnPassive? I got on the Google. I was Googling, but I never heard one negative word about OnPassive. And I said, well, then it said, join the group. I said, I joined the group. I emailed Marty. Marty didn't email me back. I said, what's going on? I see something says, I think it's Susie or Suzanne. I emailed her. She didn't say nothing. I said, hold up, let me email. Okay, this guy says he's a mentor. I'm going to email Arthur Gully. Thank God, God Almighty, Arthur answered me. And I said, Arthur, I said, I'm seeing that this is a business, an opportunity that's going to allow me to come in for $97 only, no monthly fee. I was like, wow, what business do no monthly fees? How? I think I need to join. I joined right away, came in, did not know anything. But you know what? When I came in, it was a blessing. I was like, thank you, Marty. I don't know who you are, but thank you, Marty. And thank you to Arthur Gully, because he's leading me. He led me then. He's leading me now. And we talk almost every day or every other day. And anything I don't know, he's always informing me on what's going on. I created an organization for homeless people. Could not get any revenues in, but I did everything that I could do for mankind. I had an organization that didn't have money in, so that means I had to give out free time. I was teaching people how to read and write. I went out soliciting money for people for food. A couple of friends I had to give free rides with no money myself, putting $5 in at a time for gas. And OnPassive comes along and says, we're going to do the work for you. I'm like, wow. And then I said, you know what? I'm going to trust the process, because if I can go out here and eat McDonald's, an $8 meal just for a burger that's going to last for a second, and I'm not going to get anything out of it, I think I can stand to lose $97. And as I came on and I heard Ash, because I'm going to tell you the names I'm glued to, and you know, I know everybody else. I got in Marty. I got in Dan. Mike Ellis with that voice. Oh my goodness. It's like a whisper. I can just hear his voice every time I hear. And then Bill. I just love Bill Williams' name for some reason. But Arthur Gully, oh my God. We don't go nowhere. And he just came out with my right slogan. I am a sci-fi fanatic. Star Trek. To boldly go where no company has gone before. Wow. Yeah. I was like, wow. And that voice, that radio voice. And Mike Ellis just had that voice that just sings to you too. But let me sum it up. I am so ecstatic about what's next. And I've tried to talk to so many people within my first week. I tried to bring, when I say many people in, they would not bite. But I said, you know what? Ash says, don't worry about it. Marty says, don't worry about it. Trust the process. And if I don't get anything, I'm successful. And that's what I trust. And my daughter doesn't come in anything. And she finally said yes to mama this time. I don't know what happened, but she said yes. So I got 2 yeses. And trust me, I talked to over 200 people and I had no bites. So evidently something in me is not, I gotta find another pathway to get connected, because it was like one time, nothing for me to get now, if it was local, I can get me a whole, it's a pandemic time, so nobody's opening up. If I could go into the vineyards that I used to go into, I would have so many people coming in on passive like this. But to me, it's hard to connect with people, online, over the internet. But guess what? I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to try, and I'm going to trust the process. And again, thank you, Marty and Arthur Gully. We talk about every day, so he's helping me along the way. When I missed these meetings, I was like, I had the meeting in my pocket, but I couldn't look at it because I be in my at my doctor's appointment, and y'all be playing in there. I have it turned down low. I can't hear. I'm like, hey, the meeting's still going on. Dang, wow, that meeting is 2 hours. Man, it's 3 hours. And I was like, and then when I come back out, I listen some more until time for me to go to work. But anything I miss, Arthur is always there. And I always ask him all the time, why you ain't on leadership council? Because he's definitely a leader, and I can't say no more. He's still helping me, and he already said that position no longer exists, but he's always available. So he's still mentoring, but not being a mentor. But I think that's still called being a mentor. But anyway, again, thanks, and I'm so glad I'm here, and I'm not going nowhere, because guess what? We haven't reached our final destination yet.
No. Well,
Thank you so
Rosalind.
much, everybody.
Thank you,
No, thank you for
Rosalind.
sharing.
And
And
also, we call Arthur Gully the
the
Godfather.
Godfather. You are in good hands with Arthur Gully. And just think about, getting somebody that you're talking to on a call like this, and they get to hear your excitement, the excitement of so many other people we're going to hear from today. That, that's like, we can't go out in the streets right now. I don't know how David is doing it in Papua New Guinea. They get people coming and meeting in places, and he's building belly to belly. It's like so many places are shut down for us, but this is where we come to meet. All of these, we have so many Zoom meetings going on all around the world. So you're in good hands. Now, I've been in network marketing for over 30 years, 32, 33 years, 3 decades of network marketing. And one of the first companies I was involved with Jason Borrego, co-founder of New Vision, when I went from one company to another. But the first company I was in, Jason asked me, and this kid is 32 years old, is making $50,000 a month. And he asked me, he says, Mike, how many no's would you take for $50,000 a month? So you got a couple hundred, right, Rosalind? Keep getting the no's, and trust me that a no today is not a yes tomorrow. 2 years ago, I said no to OnPassive. Carla, who is here on the call today, she told me about OnPassive 2 years ago, and it just didn't ring right with me. There was something that I was doing that, maybe it was the way she presented it to me, that I wasn't ready for it. It was another year later that I had manifested something into my life. I manifested OnPassive into my life. I know I did, because I'm sitting in my truck one night, January, a year ago on my birthday, and I had to move out of my motel room. And I had to go down to the end of the street, sit in my truck, wondering what I was going to do. I had about really no money. Otherwise, I'd have stayed in my motel room. And I just sat there in my truck, and I just kept telling myself over and over and over, everything is going to be okay. I have all the money I need. I can get back into my motel room. I have all the money I need to pay back everybody I borrowed money from. I have all the money I need to pay all of my bills and have plenty of extra money from now on. And I just kept repeating that over and over and over. And about an hour later, I got a phone call from a gal I'd been talking to earlier that owed me money. She didn't have enough money to pay me, but she said, Mike, you need to check your PayPal account. I'm like, okay. So my PayPal account, there was $700 in my PayPal account that was given to me by a stranger, somebody that we knew of. So I get back into my motel room. I'm happy because in January in California, where I'm at, it's freezing ass cold. So I get back into my motel room. The next morning, January 12th, my phone rings. Most of my clients, I'm a contractor. I've been a contractor here in California all my life. Yeah, but most of my clients knew that I wasn't doing that anymore. So the next morning, January 12th, I get a phone call from a gal that I hadn't heard from in many months. Mike, I was just wondering if you could help my neighbor out. He needs a little painting done on his home. I said, oh yeah, I could do that. That spawned a whole year of me working almost every single day. I've had to force myself to take time off. I've had more than enough money to take care of myself. I've had enough money to help other people out. I've had enough money to invest in OnPassive. I'm invested well in other areas. So that was January. And it was February that someone called me again about OnPassive. Did I manifest this into my life? And here we are today. And here we go into the future. We're all going to get to spend some time together on the beaches of the world and resorts. I've been in this, like I said, for 32 years. I have walked the stage many times as a top money earner in companies. I've failed, like Marty's talked about, like we all talk about. I've had the failures, but I've had the successes. I've built big teams. You're in the right place. I can't wait to see all of you, as we get together and get to hug each other. Keep bringing people to these calls and spread the love. And now let's hear from somebody else. You heard enough from me. Take it away, Marty.
I can't stay on because I spent 3 hours here last Saturday and I'm behind on my Tony Robbins course. But I'll talk.
Yeah, hi, Carla.
How are you?
This is Carla Carter at my court.
I just want you, and whether we're mostly founders or whether we're potential members, but I joined OnPassive real early. And I did it because I love AI. I mean, I have an AI stock portfolio. I mean, I've been into AI for a while. And I thought, oh my God, AI marketing tools, thank the Lord, because with Mike, I met Mike. I did my first online business and I was not successful. He was. I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of money. I had to go a lot of places to get a lot of different things. And it just was crazy, but I did it because I thought it was going to work, but it didn't work for me. It worked for Mike, but I had my own business, my own professional career business, that kept coming in, and I'd have projects and I'd have to go to my clients, and now I have a full-time job, but then it was just running my own business. So I never could be consistent. And I think a message for everybody would be, this is not only a great product and family, it's also something where even if you have a full-time job, or like me going in and out where you can't be consistent all the time, if you just stay at it, more and more people will join you. And it doesn't have to be a lot of people. It's not like you have to be a Marty. You don't have to be a Mike. You don't have to be building some big team. Just grab the people you care about, add them in. If they say no, like Mike did, don't let it go. I had my sponsor call Mike back because he was not responsive to me. And I'm not a salesperson, so there's probably a lot of reasons why. But the other thing is I think it's really important for us to remember, a lot of people don't like to join things that haven't launched. There's a lot of people who say, well, show it to me. And right now you have to have vision, and if you don't have vision, you can't see it. It doesn't matter that we've got a slide with a million, different tools on it. That slide's so small anyway, you hardly can't read it. So, it's like, you just got to believe. And all the people who said no to you, especially those, if they won't move now, they'll move later, so, a couple of things here is, one, don't give up. Two, go back to those, that have said no before. I just signed somebody up this week. I hope, Marty, we got her all straightened out, because she made a big mess of it. She always does. But anyway, you know, she said no to me for a year. Even when other people she knew was saying yes, you know, not, you know, just in general. So, but I just signed her up this week after a year. So just keep at it. You know, we know we've got the right thing. We know we're in the right place. We know we need to have patience. I mean, how long have I been in it? At least 2 years. I can't even keep track anymore how long. But it's like Mike and I were in another business that never did launch. And we waited, what, Mike, a year for Noble 8?
Yeah, year and
At least a
yeah,
year.
over a year. That's
Yeah,
what made me go broke.
but we loved it, you know. So
Yeah.
you know, we just waited. We were loyal. We believed in it, and then it didn't happen, and we were really disappointed. So, you know, if you got the heart, and this is from my Tony Robbins course. If you've got the heart, I love these. I use them in all my Zooms, whether it's my prayer meeting or any of these. Everybody loves them. Then there'll be a lot to celebrate and applaud and be happy about it. And I pulled this out for Arthur. I don't know who Arthur is. I don't know if Arthur's on, but people like Arthur or people like Mike, people like Marty, these are the people that create the community that we're in. So I know I've said a lot, and I know I can't stay on long because I lost time last weekend and I've got to study this weekend. I'm so behind. But anyway, you know, love y'all. Believe it, you know, celebrate it. You know, we'll all be meeting each other someday, which would be so much fun. I mean, Mike and I already know each other, but a lot of us, Viviana and I already know each other personally, but most of us don't. I don't know Marty personally. I don't know Mike. I don't know Dan. I do know Cindy Lee, who brought me in, you know, but there's very few people that we really know yet. There's a lot of people we love. So let's also look forward to loving them in person one day at some big events. Okay. So just look forward. Just keep looking forward. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Carla.
Thank you, Carla. Yeah.
Hello there, Mike. My name's
Hello.
Ann Tate, and I thank you so much for telling us your story.
Oh, you're welcome.
I don't have a big hand like Carla has, but I'm interested in what Rosalind said, and I just have a little confusion. I'm hoping you can clear this up for me. She talked about the $97 founder fee, and then the fact that there would be no more monthly fee. And yet the last webinar that I attended, it was said that the founders would pay a monthly fee when it launches. The first month, we would have to pay that ourselves. And then from then on, it's expected that the monthly fee would be paid by the customers. Could you inform me about that, Mike, so that I'm not so confused?
Yeah, we'll elaborate on that, and I'm certainly qualified to answer that question, but I want to bring Marty DeGarmo out and have him share with you. Marty has been with the company maybe a little bit longer than Carla, talks to Ashmafara all the time. He does a live, if you haven't gotten on to OnPassive Nation's Facebook group, you want to do that, stay tuned in there too. But yeah, Marty, will you answer Ann's question for her?
Yeah, sure. When they say one payment, here's how it works. If you want to be a founder, it's going to...
Your audio is low.
Yeah, you're a little low, Marty.
Am I low?
Yeah, you usually have a really big voice.
I've never heard that in my life.
Yeah.
Where's the volume at?
Try again, Marty.
Hold on.
Unmute yourself.
How about now?
That's better.
Okay, anyway, here's what's up. If you want to be a founder, which you don't have to be, it costs $97.
Yeah.
The beauty of being a founder is you lock in your spot now, and you can build a team, or the team is being built under you even if you see it or you don't see it, because when it launches, people will fall in underneath each other according to date stamp. The next payment you make, hold on, my grandson's signaling to me for something. Oh,
Yeah, the next payment I make.
Yeah, the next payment you make, you're going to buy a package. That package is going to be between $100 and $250.
And what
Hold on,
do you mean by a package?
You're going to
Sorry,
buy
I don't know what a package means.
the product suite. You're going to buy the products.
Oh, I need to buy.
Yeah, that's how money gets flowing. But let me tell you how easy this is. So the one-time payment is the one I'm telling you now. You're going to pay between $100 and $250 one time. Now, is that payment coming out of you every month? Yes. But the one time out of pocket and the rest of the time, it comes from the amount of money that you generated from the company building your business, which is founders, other founders, also resellers and customers. So
really, after the first month, the fee, which is somewhere between $150 and $300, would be up to me to bring in the customers. Is that essentially right?
No. You're not. Listen, when you get in on passive, you don't have to do anything. Okay.
Well, you said I had to buy a package of
physically. You don't have to build a team. You're paying the company to build your team. That payment comes from that money I just told you, $100 to $250, one time out of pocket. The rest of the time it comes from your profits, which it comes out of your bank account, which is in the back office. You don't have to put it there. It will be generated from revenue from customers, overflow, founders, and resellers. And it's going to grow by the millions monthly. Many, many people will be coming in. And once you have three, whether it's 3 customers, 3 founders, or 3 resellers, that's enough to pay your position that month. And you'll have far more than 3 every month. So that's why they say you only pay one time out of pocket, one time, between $100 and $250.
In addition to, of course, the 97.
Yes, if you want to be a founder.
And then you said that I just need to have 3 people that I bring in?
No, you don't have to bring anybody in. Ever. Once you pay your $100 to $250 one time, you're telling the company, build my team, build my company. And they will start.
How does the company build my team?
You're looking at some of them here, and there's 473,000 that you can't see. And there'll be 10 million or 20 million in 6 months. Everybody gets a piece of the pie. People flow down underneath you. You're part of the company. They're sharing.
I'll add a little bit to that, Marty, for Ann. Ann, when you purchase the tool suite, the products with OnPassive, they're all about marketing. And now OnPassive,
the tool suite that you
tool suite,
yeah,
they're all marketing tools.
Those are marketing tools, like videos,
right. and like this program that we're on, this platform that we're on, a webinar.
Tool suite.
But so OnPassive is going to use those tools to market your business for you, to bring in more customers for you. That creates more business for you. Okay. Yeah, some people don't understand that. It's like, why is Marty saying you don't have to do anything? You don't have to bring anybody in. If you want to build it faster, you want to build an empire of financial wealth like Marty has and like some of the other people here have, then you go share it with others. And one of the reasons I think people like Viviana have built this to over 200 members. She didn't bring in 200, but she brought in a few people, brought in a few people, brought in a few people. It's because you don't have to build it. You can come into this company, pay $97 today, become a founding member. When we launch, pay for the marketing tools, and the company's going to market the business for you. We've never heard that, right? That
And
makes it
those-
so easy.
Thank you, Mike. And those marketing tools are, how would you describe them?
They're the best of the best. We have developed
Yeah.
them within
Are they,
OnPassive.
are they videos?
Okay, so we haven't seen them yet.
Oh,
OnPassive, Ash Mafara and his team of very intelligent people have been developing our own tools. You know what an email program is? Like Aweber is a tool that people use to market online. They're able to send out massive emails to people. That's one tool, right?
yeah.
So we have 50 tools that people have used for years online that we have developed ourselves. We own them. They are proprietary. They're developed by our team. They're top of the line, cutting edge tools for 2021. They're not something that we borrowed or something that we're outsourcing from anybody else. We own them. And that's what you're purchasing. You're purchasing those tools. You could take them out and play with them there yourself. You could use them to market yourself. But OnPassive, because you paid for those tools, they're going to use those tools to market your business for you.
My
They're
business.
your business, whatever it is. I don't care if you're selling Sherry's Berries. If you're selling a bar, you created the greatest bar of soap that the world has ever seen, and you want to market that in OnPassive, OnPassive is going to market that for you with their brilliant marketing genius technicians. Anything. I don't care if you're selling dresses or
Well, I'm
if you have
not selling a physical thing.
I'm giving you some examples.
I'm a screenwriter, Mike.
Okay, so screenwriter, are you writing books?
No, movies.
Oh, and is that a product that you could actually sell?
No, well, I only to to producers.
Okay, so they'll market that for you.
Through.
They'll create a website for you and they'll market that for you. So, enough said about that. You got the picture. OnPassive is going to market.
Can I come in and say something here?
Okay.
Hello, Peter.
Your time.
Hi, my name's Peter Rogers. I've been in OnPassive now for probably way
Peter
longer
Rogers. Peter Rogers introduced Marty DeGarmo to OnPassive.
Okay, so Anne, what I would suggest you do is, if you can contact me, I'll give you a video that will give you a visual look at the product, some of the products that's going to be involved.
Oh, okay.
And it'll be explained to you in a bit of detail. So that will give you a bit of an understanding of what the OnPassive business is about.
That's a great offer, Peter. How do I reach you?
You can obviously, are you in the OnPassive Nation Facebook group?
No, not yet.
Okay,
you have an email.
Yeah, I'll give you my email. It's Rogers, ROGERS, .Peter.
Got it.
6, number 6.
Number 6.
Yeah, at sky.com.
At what?
At sky.com.
Sky.com. Okay. Rogers.Peter 6 at sky.com. That's very, very kind of you.
Okay. If you send me an email, I'll put in a video and a bit of detail so that it'll help you understand, and you can see it visually, and it'll help you understand what everybody's trying to explain to you here.
Indeed
Okay.
It will. Thanks again.
Okay. I'll hand it back to Mike.
Thank you, Peter. And see, I'm sorry, who's that?
Will there be 1099 sent out?
Oh, I'm sure. If you're working with a company, I've been in the industry for 32 years. If, let's say, 2021, you make 100,000, $500,000, $1 million. I don't care where you are. Everybody. We have people representing here from all around the world. we need to help take care of our roads, our streets, our, we want to give our share. And so, yes, there will be.
There will be a 1099, yes.
When you've made over $600 in the US, you'll get a 1099.
Yeah, that's right. And so I just was wondering how
That's
all of
normal.
that.
Yeah. So, yeah, Luisa.
Yes, hello. Thank you for taking my call. It's
Oh,
such
yeah.
an honor to
Welcome,
be
welcome.
here. I'm speaking to you from Brussels tonight, and I've just been so inspired to share my story to how I found OnPassive. I was
Yes.
about 2 weeks before I found out about it from my mentor Igor Bagovic. I had a very, very vivid dream about an unicorn, and I was like, my goodness, how can you like dream of a unicorn? It's like something quite. I had no words in the dream. And as soon as he was telling me about this opportunity, and he mentioned to me, it's a unicorn company, just like that, I was like, wow, I'm in. No,
You see
no
this?
question. And he's
You
not
see
here
my
tonight.
unicorn?
Yes, I can see it. It's beautiful, crystal unicorn. And it was a beautiful, like silver unicorn that I couldn't actually see. It was half light in the dream, and it was like pounding its hooves, and it turned around, and I saw the beautiful, beautiful like horn, and I was like, oh, wow. This is so amazing. So I just also wanted to share something really special about the whole, I want to call it the macro vision of OnPassive, and how much it aligns with this new collective of us all being together, all for everyone. And it's so beautiful because when we have macro goals, everybody is included, and that is what OnPassive is about. Everyone is included in the success, and this is the future. And AI being this absolutely magical, like doing all the legwork for us, is basically like just putting all that magic in. Don't want to very loosely use the word magic, because it's not really about the magic. It's all that amazing hard work and collective consciousness that is shifting for everybody. And I want us to say what an honor to be here. And it's really a beautiful, beautiful feeling to be part of something that is for everybody and not just for selective few people. And thank you anyway, everybody.
Well, thank you, Luisa. It's like collective energy, the energy that goes out into the universe is making all this happen. And Ash knows it. It's like, this is not something that, this is something that is growing as big as it is, because all of us together have that same energy, and the universe is answering it. So Marty, I see we have Ty has his hand raised, William has his hand raised, and we just love hearing. We loved you, Luisa. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you all. Thank you, everybody.
William, unmute yourself, buddy.
William DeLorme.
Yes. Hi, Mark.
Hi, you're next.
Yes, I wanted to introduce my friend, Andy, but there's a little bit of a problem. He couldn't get on tonight. He signed his name and his email, and he clicked on it. He said, the webinar is in another area. So maybe you can help me with that. I can give you his phone number. You can call him and we'll correct that. Can you do that for me? Because I'd really like to hear his story.
If you give me his name and email in the chat, I can add
Yeah.
him to the panel and he can come right in where we are right here.
Right now?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that.
And while you're doing that, William, let's bring out Jose Marino from the UK.
Hey, Mike, how are you?
I'm good,
Mike,
you?
two Mikes, yeah, Marty, Mike is, I'm fine, How about you? That's
I'm
big
fired
smile,
up.
man. That's a
Yes.
big smile. How's everything?
Good. Welcome to the Saturday Fireside Chat. And man, we just can't wait to hear from you.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited to be with you guys, finally to be able to say hello. Even during the private webinars, founders webinars, you can only ask questions. But yeah, OnPassive came to me like probably like you know, usually you go through bad time, but I was having like health issues, going to the hospitals, and then to the clinic, dialysis 3 times a week. But finally, I got my second transplant, and because I was on the line, Savior from Malta invited me, but I saw something. I registered because my head was different place. I just left there, and then I decided to take a look again. So I just came into the webinars, popping in, popping out. But it's like everybody else, you know, you try, you're on the line, you try your best, you start make some money, but then people don't keep to their words. You try into other business like you mentioned, some of you mentioned before, then you have to buy products every month. Those you don't even need, you don't use. You just eventually you end up be out of pocket for by the time that you realize you spend more money than you actually made money. So you don't have fun at all. You waste a lot of time chasing people or doing spam emails for some reason. So, but I don't know, with OnPassive, since I started coming to the webinars from the last 6 months, 7 months, I did so much energy and passion that I see people putting in, and the determination, the perseverance that the incredibility that the Ash is showing as well is, you know, in his voice, just the way he speak, he's so clear, the way he's seeing things far ahead is just awesome. It's just undescribable. There are some few people in this world that they have a vision just like million miles away from far ahead from the rest of the people. You got like Martin Luther King, Muhammad Ali, all Gandhi, and all the other people. They just have a vision that's so far away from. They can see, like you see into the future, things happening. But you know, they want to extend their hands to the people willing to accept their fingers so they can be helped. It's like that's or say you can take the horse to the drink there, but you can't force him to drink. So I encourage everybody to really be patient, be calm, and you know, the ride is like is a slow. The train is start to move so fast. It's gonna be once it starts, it's gonna be like the Japanese the speed train, speed train. So I just want to say, keep going. I wish my love and support everybody here on Passive and around the world. And God bless everyone. And by the way, no fear. Let's keep it going. That's Moreno out.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you for sharing.
Power
And
to
you
the
know
people.
what Jose is, what he's talking about is like, I'm not going to have to call somebody and say, hey, I noticed that you didn't place your order this month. You know, are you still, do you still need that juice? Do you still need that gel? I'm not going to have to do that with OnPassive. There's no juice, there's no gel, there's no, what people are going to be using with OnPassive, they're just going to be using it again next month. You don't have to call them. Your volumes, there's no qualifications, right? There's no monthly volume qualifications. So I don't have to sign up 3 more people this month or 10 more people this month. There's no qualifications. It's like I'm getting chills just thinking about it. I've been in this business forever. I've seen my volumes go down. I hit the damn car bonus, $750 a month. Slid. I never got to $750. We don't have that here, no qualifications. So I thank you, Jose, for kind of bringing that up. Okay, so now we got Carol, Stacy. Oh, Marty, you want to say something? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go to
I'm excited tonight, as you can't tell. I'm excited.
Yeah, go to Ty Young. Ty's had his hand up so long, I'm surprised it doesn't break. Ty, are you there?
He's just giving me a high five.
There. Oh, I thought it was just a high five. All right, see you, Ty. I'm kidding.
Here.
I'm just kidding.
Hey,
my friend George surprised me. Look, that's my dinner.
Oh, Georgie.
I was eating George's meal, which was my favorite. He's made spaghetti, and it's just awesome spaghetti. I think he can go in the restaurant and make that, and everybody would buy it all the time. So anyway, that's why I've been going off and on the video here. Anyway, my name is Ty Young, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm excited to be in OnPassive. I'm a visionary. I've envisioned this because I had a lot of background knowledge of computers after I learned it myself. You know, I've been learning computers for like 13 years. And so I always wanted to make money online. And so I got to know a lot of people that do that, right? And some of the things I got started with, my first start was Amway. And I even did street work with that. Then when we were running a bakery, and downstairs of this building is a bakery. And I talked to a lot of customers about Amway stuff. And I also talked to a lot of customers about quite a few other things I was doing too, trying to make money online, right? But anyway, I got to know these products that OnPassive sells really intimately, you know, because I paid for them. I paid for GoDaddy for the domain name. I paid for the hosting for my site to have the light bulb on so that people can see my website. I paid for the videos to be made for me and created by gurus, right? Anyway, I don't see myself as a guru, but I've been on long enough and talked to quite a few of them to know what they're talking about when they say guru. What a guru is to me is somebody that's been online that knows how to make good money and knows all the tools and stuff to use to market whatever they're selling. Because when you get into something, you have to sell what you buy, right? In order to make money online. A lot of people say I can't recruit, and I understand why they say that is because they don't have the gift of gab, or they don't have enough lies to tell people about, you know, the money that you're making or whatever, and make people believe that you're making a lot more money than you really are. Anyway, I did rev shares also. I was in rev shares, and those rev shares are like, you got to come in huge and then pull out huge really fast, because they won't last long. So I learned a lot of stuff online. I didn't even know what an email was. I didn't know what an autoresponder was. I didn't know none of that stuff, right? But I learned it because all the people that's been doing it for years and years and years said I had to have it. And then Marty DeGarmo and Dan Street and Mike Ellis, right? They started doing videos for OnPassive, because I got into OnPassive through a friend, and his name was Cabrero, right? Cabrera. Anyway, he's been online a long time. He's made a lot of money in different programs and stuff. So I say program because that's what they were. They came and went out the window. This is not a program. This is a brick and mortar business. We're in a big family, and I joined OnPassive family, OnPassive Nation, because I could recognize, envisioned Marty, Mike, and Dan as people that are about their business, because they were doing all the things that all the gurus knew how to do, right? So I recognize them getting into OnPassive. So even though I was in, I got in under them too. So I bought another position under them before they even started their co-op, which is they got traffic for everybody, and it's girl and guys paying. That's what a co-op is. They're paying for the traffic, which is they're having Marty, Dan, and whoever else do all the work to market for you. And so OnPassive Nation started on that too, on top of OnPassive and what it's going to do later. So OnPassive is going to use a slew of awesome tools that's never been seen before. Stuff that you see now is nothing compared to what they got here. And AI, there's artificial intelligence, that's going to help market whatever you got to sell. And what you got to sell is digital products. Guess what? These products don't go bad. They last forever. You know what I mean? And they'll be around for a long time, huh? Who's that?
Marty, can
Anyway,
you?
I thought somebody was talking to me. Anyway, sorry. I wanted to say that my main concern now, and it's been a long time doing this, is that this is like a big house party to me, right? Or the Brady Bunch. I don't know either one, which one, I don't know. But anyway, you guys all look cool. You guys all sound nice. Your energy is awesome. I love being around people, but I find it hard to go down the street and go, "Hi, my name's Ty." You know, because the United States don't work like that, right? They're gonna think, who are you, or why are you on my porch, right? But here online, I ain't got to worry about all that. So I get to know all you guys real good. So that's what I'm doing right now. And it's not because I want to market to you and I want to, you know, give you my link later or nothing like that. It's just because I love people and I'm a social person, right? And so one of my major reasons for getting on here and telling you all this stuff is because I'm going to get to this one point. I want to love others like myself, okay? And so, and I can't just do that. I have to have a way to do that. So I prayed hard for a vehicle to do that with. And this is going to be my vehicle to do that for anybody I want. And I'll give an example of something. I walked up to somebody in Walmart. He's a young guy that's pushing carts in the parking lot, right? I told him, I said, I got a company that I'm in that's going to market for me, and I'm going to be I'm going to be a multimillionaire, and then maybe even a billionaire, you know, like that. So I'll be rich. I said, I want to help you become rich too. Are you down for that? He said, oh yeah. Yeah, so I've been, every time I go to Walmart, I update him about what OnPassive's doing and what it said, what I learned on the videos, right? Anyway, my idea is this. When I go up to people like that I don't even know, right? And I tell them something, you know, like what I really want to do, and that's to help them, you know, financially, and then they can help their family or whatever else. That opens their mind to like a whole bunch of ideas, right? So, and then I execute it. I'm going to execute it, right? So I'm gonna have enough money to pass on through my OnPassive back office to their back office when they sign up. They're going to sign up because I'm going to take them home to my house or to Walmart, inside the Walmart, in a restaurant or whatever. I don't care. I'm going to sign them up and then I'm going to transfer money to their account. And that's going to help pay them in, right? And then I'm going to put more money on there to let them know, look, okay, this is the money you get to sit on until OnPassive takes over for you and makes you enough money to not worry about money ever again. So that's my idea. So that's just an idea, and I just want to let you guys know what's up. Anyway, how you doing? My name's Ty, and I'm a ham, so I love to be seen. I love attention, and thank you.
Well, thank you, Ty. What does TY stand for? Thank you.
My mom and dad, yeah, right. My mom and dad named me after a movie actor, Ty Harding.
Yeah, thank you. And Ty, I'm going to give you the keys to a Bugatti. That's the fastest vehicle on Earth, 324 miles an hour. Just tested. So you get to go very fast with your business, just like everybody else does. So Marty, back over to you. I know we have a couple other people. I know Carol States has her hand up.
Before Marty
Peter
comes back on, can I just come back on again? Sorry. I'm having
no, Peter, you can't. I'm sorry. Just kidding.
Okay. I'm having obviously lots of people who are watching are asking me for the video. I've actually put the link on the chat, so it'll be there for the video. It's a video that's done by obviously Redfern and myself. It's just a weekly presentation that we do on Monday nights, but it's a more visual, so you can see. My case is a fantastic obviously presentation, but the way we obviously do it, we do more of a visual one, so you can, it just gives you a bit more understanding of the products. There's a picture there, what the products is available. So it's I'm not saying it's better than Mike's, nowhere near, but it does help you to understand what Annie was trying to ask earlier on. Okay. And I just want to go back to what Ty was saying about obviously inviting people to the OnPassive business. Just because you talk to people and they're not interested, it's like a lot of people have already said here, no doesn't mean no really, because they will get in later on. And you just got to try and get them into your back office. If you can get an email off them, and you've obviously get them an invitation link, and they're in your back office as a invitee. You can actually email them through the emailer. You put your own emails in. I know Marty's got quite a lot of emails that you can send them as well. But if you've got a pending founder, I've got hundreds of pending founders, and I've had this week alone, I've had 2 sign up to me from my pending founders. That's been in months. And the way to do it is to keep them locked into the OnPassive Nation groups. You obviously got OnPassive Nation UK and Ireland, you've got OnPassive Nation Mother Group, and obviously other groups as well. But if you get them locked into the groups, they get the information they're looking for. You can, as they say, you can take an horse to water, but you can't make a drink. So all you can do is get people to go to these, to the groups, get them into the webinars, get them locked in. They've got to make the decision themselves. You've just got to point them in the direction. And, you've got to keep feeding them, like who it was earlier on was saying, thank you, Marty, for sending all these emails. It's the same thing. Get them into the groups, get them information, get them to all the webinars that's available. And over a period of time, all these pending founders, it's in your back office, will see the picture, will sign up. And especially when we go live as well, especially when OnPassive goes live, even in the soft launch, people are just going to really get excited. Just hang on to your hats, because honestly, you're sitting on a rocket and it's going to take you to the moon and back. Okay,
100%, 100%, Peter. You said it, you nailed it on the head. The other thing you want to keep in mind, you plant seeds, but every seed you plant is a different tree. They grow at different rates. Some will get it, some won't get it. Doesn't matter. The seed's still planted. And I've had people, I talked to them for 10 minutes, they're in. I had people I've talked to for 10 minutes. They say, well, I don't think I'm interested. I go, okay, fine. And I get off really fast. They call me back and say, why'd you get off so fast? Well, you said you weren't interested. Because you're not going to try to talk me into it? No. That's not what I do. I'm not going to do that. There's billions of people on the planet. I'm not going to waste my time trying to convince you of something. You look at it and you let me know. And I'm telling you, everybody's different. When that light goes off, there's many founders that are in OnPassive, but there's a lot more founders that OnPassive is not in them. When that happens, you wind up like Viviana, Mike, Peter, Victor here, Alberto, and a lot of you I don't know, but I see it when it happens. I've seen people get in, they signed up 4 months ago, and they instant message me one day and go, "You're not going to believe how good this business really is." I go, "Yeah, I think I have an idea." But it's funny because that's when it hit them. You don't know when their time is right. You plant the seed, don't force anybody, and anybody here that markets can tell you the same thing. Attraction marketing is, Ash Rufara attracted 476,000 people that have the same heart. The chance of that are like getting bit by a shark in Arizona, okay? It doesn't happen, but it did happen. And when I go to people and give them all the facts, and you can ask other people here, Carol, I'll go to you next. If you do that, you give them all the facts and they don't want to get in, I'm going to tell you something that you may not want to hear. If you give them all the facts, let them know who the leader of this company is, and they don't want to do it, you don't want them in the business anyway. Let them go. Because if you get somebody that doesn't have that, whatever that is, you don't want to work with them. If you have to sell somebody today, you have to sell them every day of the week. I have no time for that. I will work with somebody until their light bulb goes off. Kevin Rutledge has said the most statements that has influenced people than a lot of people on here. And there was in the beginning, Kevin said nothing. He waited. When it hit Kevin, you knew it. And he can tell you that by himself. I don't need to tell you. You see people when it happens. Do I think there's a chance? Yeah, you're watching people. I go, okay, that person's going to explode. That person's starting to get it. But when they get it, Cedric Flowers, I've seen Cedric for months. One day he came on a webinar and boom, Cedric's got it. I don't have to talk to him about it. He's got it. Once you get people and they got it, that's a team. Otherwise, they're just numbers. And never, ever talk anybody into this business. You'll wish you didn't. And I could do it because I'm a fat mouth. I could talk anybody into anything, but don't do it. Another person, look at Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson was on a few weeks ago. He had the hardest time just hitting the unmute button. He was on last night and just blew people away. Why? Because that's what fireside chats are for me. For me, it's everybody's has a quality and they need to express it. And how do you do that? You break that shell that they've built over themselves, either by people tearing them down, they think they can't do it, or nobody ever listened to them. That's what the fireside chat's about. Because once you can get people to get OnPassive in them, they're going to share the business. Look at the growth in the last month. There was 130 people joined paid in 11 hours in OnPassive Nation. 130 in 11 hours. And it wasn't from a guru. It was from sharing. Why? Light bulbs went off. Just take the time with people, give them what they want. And when that bulb goes off, you can see it, you can hear it, and you go, okay, I'm done with Chris Johnson. That maniac's on his own. Victor knows this. He's shaking his head. He's been a motivational speaker. You could talk and talk and talk, but you're looking for that one or two person, that diamond in the rough, and say, and I don't care if it's Carol, I don't care if it's Rosalind, I don't care if it's Mike Horde, I don't care who it is, Ruth, Hans. When you find them, then you say, okay, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for the masses. We'll get millions of people. We don't need to do that. And I'm sorry for preaching again. I got a bad habit. And I'm in the middle of my living room right now, okay? Anyway, I'm done.
Can I just add to that as well, Marty?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I mean, obviously, Mike was talking about Amway back in the late 80s, early 90s. Me and Redfern were involved with the Amway business. And, we were struck by the MLM and the way they built the business, you know, with their comp plan, the 3 circles, and that's really why. And you know, ever since that time that I was involved in that back in, you know, many years ago, I've always been intrigued about like a network and how it works. And I want to say, like, okay, we've got 470,000 founders now. You know, I've been involved in OnPassive since October 18. You know, I've been involved a long time. I've seen a lot happen. You know, I've got a big team like Red House, and we've seen people coming in. And I can tell you now, we haven't even touched, you know, we haven't touched the corner of the iceberg yet to what's going to happen. You know, you really got to understand this. You know, going back to what I was saying about the Amway business, back in the UK, back in the late 80s, 90s, we used to have, I don't know, obviously a lot of you guys in the UK here, we've got the NEC, it's the National Arena, which is one of the biggest arenas here that we can hold, obviously, gatherings. They have pop groups and all sorts there. And I think that the capacity of that is like 20 or 30,000. Well, back in the late 80s or 90s, we used to go to functions there. They used to be on 3 times a year. They were like an annual thing. Different groups would go, and they would be full 3 nights a week, 3 nights over that period of time. And those arenas used to be full. And that's just in the UK alone. So you imagine when this business goes live and viral, how big this is going to be. It's going to be absolutely massive. You know, 470,000 founders in this now is nothing. You know, we're all in a real good place. I'm really excited for everybody, and you know, that's all I really got to say. And you know, if we can we bring Victor on as well? He's a, as Marty has said, he's a great speaker.
Victor's coming on whether he likes it or not. All right, Victor's coming on. He has no choice.
We want to bring Carol out
first.
Right now.
Yeah, we got to go to Carol first, Victor. You want?
I just want to say, Peter, were you at Woodstock?
Well, I'm in UK. I'm Herefordshire.
Oh, just kidding. So let's bring Carol out. I want to hear from Carol. Carol Stacy, you have to unmute yourself. Honey.
Thank you guys for letting the women in. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Yay.
Canada.
Okay. I'll go back to the beginning. Okay. Yeah. I'm Carol in Canada. Originally from London, England. Hello, Peter. And I followed my uncle. My uncles came here, my mother's brothers, and she came over on vacation, and she said, "Go, you'll have a better life," because Britain after the war, so I came over. I thought that I would marry a Mountie. I thought I would live in a log cabin. I thought I would eat moose and have maple sugar. Things didn't work out, okay? I became suicidal. And there was a friend of mine, and she lost her husband, and she didn't know how to drive. I had the car. She took me to all the places in Toronto, the churches, temples, synagogues, philosophical meetings, psychological meetings, and that opened up my spiritual life. Because when my father died, I was 11, and I said there was no God. And my mother said, you'll have nothing to fall back on when hard times come. So I carried on working. I was in payroll, pension, and benefits administration. And then I went to college. I thought this wasn't me. So I took career counseling and vocational testing. I went to college and university. I hold a degree in counseling, specializing in addiction. And I did the bachelor in psych. But when it came to the research and statistics and algebra, I couldn't get my mind around it. I had to give it up. Went back to payroll. I'm retired now. I'm a member of about 6 groups. Okay, during that time, lost a lot of money, as we all have, I guess, with relationships. I was in Shackley, and at the time it was pyramiding. It isn't now. My group leader went under, and we all went under. And then even with college and university, I couldn't find employment. So then I started packing the money away after that. I'm gambling on the stock market. So And then also during that time, I had a near-death experience, and I was told to go back and give it out. What I had learned, the knowledge that was given to me. Now, the way I got into Go Founders and OnPassive was from my friend Hildegard. She's a leader of one of my groups. I believe she's in today. Yes, I can see her there. Hildegard, thank you so much. She started the Experiences group in Toronto, and that's where I first met Hildegard. And then she sent me an email in, I think Hildegard joined in July last year, and then she sent me an email, and I researched for a couple of months, and I joined in November. And now I've got my first team member all the way across the world. So Hildegard had heard from Dr. Piotr Zonot, I think it's Zonot, S-Z-O-N-E-R-T, I think he's in Switzerland, in Lake Constance. And then they now do a presentation with Michael Sprotty from Germany every Saturday at 10 o'clock, and then some at 9 o'clock. And then also want to thank Lois, she's on as well. She came from one of my groups, and Francesca. And I want to thank Ash first and foremost, really. And Marty, thank you so much. And Mike and everybody else here. I'm great from the bottom of my heart. I thank you so much. So I was, after the near-death experience, I was going to go from place to place, like maybe go to Meals on Wheels here, or go to a senior's home, or go to hospitals and share my near-death experience. I was going to go to community centres and then to libraries. I'm going one by one. But now I can go with Go Founders and OnPassive, I can go worldwide with my presentations. So thanks again, folks. Okay.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you for sharing. And yeah, you're in a great place.
Sorry, child labor. All right. Yes, absolutely. If I'm right now, I really am okay for money. I've got to be very careful to make my money last. I'm 76. I was 76 in January. I'm going to make my money last. I've got to be careful. But what I'm going to do, I'm trying to change my will. I've made my will out to the environment and the animals on the planet, and children to have an education. But I don't want, I got a feeling that a lot of that money is going to go to the CEOs and it's not going to trickle down. So I'm going to change my will over to Go Founders and OnPassive, to Bless.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So
we eliminate child labor. We did it in England. We eliminated child labor in 1800 because Charles Dickens wrote books on child labor. Lord Shaftesbury read those books. He was a lord in the House of Lords, and he passed and he offered, what they presented the bill, and they agreed on it. It was law. There was no more child labor. They were sending children up chimneys to clean chimneys, and I don't know what else went on. But we eliminated child labor in England. So we can do it here. We can do it here. And also, in our own backyard in Canada, in Toronto and in Vancouver with all the fentanyl deaths. That's what I want to do.
In all of our own backyards.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In all of our own backyards, we have things that we want to do. And there's a reason why you're still here. You weren't meant to go yet. You've got some things that you need to do. And that's with all of us in OnPassive. So Marty, I see that we have Nicola has her hand raised.
Is that me?
Yes. Hi, Nicola.
Hello, everybody. Big thanks to Louisa for inviting me ages ago. And I've now got some people under me, which is brilliant. I am really confused, though, about, I was looking on the back office about the 4 levels when you join. And it said that I think one was $25 and then $125 or something. Could somebody explain that? Because I am completely in the dark about it. And it would be really helpful.
Yeah, things have changed a bit on that. And as we're moving forward and completing all of the assignments with OnPassive before we come out. So Marty, you want to take this or you want me to talk to Nicola about this?
You can. It's just that there is no levels anymore. There'll be one level and that's it.
Okay, that makes life simple.
Yes. Oh, yeah, no doubt.
Excellent. I love it when that happens.
It'll be anywhere between 100 and 250.
Yeah, that was what I understood. That was why I was confused, because I was aware of the 4 levels. So that's brilliant. So we don't, it's not a question of joining at a different level, which will be a different payouty typey thing.
No, one level.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. That's great. Thank you very much indeed.
And now we have Milo. It's Marlon, but I believe that's Milo also. Because I'm going to get to do an interview with the Julie and Milo show. I'm looking so forward. I still got to get you guys some information, and I will.
Milo. I love it. Thanks, Mike. Thanks for allowing me to talk. You're doing a great job here. And just hit the mute button if I go too long. But I am Milo, and I'm using Marlon Davis's camera today, I guess. No, I'm the same guy. But anyway, we had a show last night that was awesome, and it's inspired by this one. I come on to the chat on a Saturday, and Julie says, "Hey, we should do this." And I said, "Man, hey, sounds good." So we started one called OnPassive with a Heart. We had so much fun last night. I can't tell you. If you haven't seen the show, man, go look at the show and watch it to the end because you'll crack up laughing. But we are so blessed. Me and Julie feel like we're the most blessed people in the world. We get to talk to people from around. And I look across the screen and man, I see people that I've heard their story. I love their story, and we get so excited. Sometimes we'll do 3 a day, videos, and it's amazing. The founders in OnPassive are truly amazing. And what I've watched is, and I always say, OnPassive is changing the world one person at a time. And it started with Ash Mafaro, but it goes to all of us. And it seems like as we talk to the people that's been in it for a while, it used to be that when you first come in, people, were like, well, wonder how much money we're going to make and stuff like that. It has completely shifted now to everybody almost that we talk to talks about wonder how much money I'm going to be able to give out and how am I going to be able to give out. And a lot of people got different ways they're going to do it. I know you were saying homeless. I've got the same thing. I got a place, a one spot in mind for homeless. I got one for cancer patients, one for, churches and musicians and all of that. I've got a spot, and I plan on when that starts building, then I'll put people in from those different areas into it and allow that to build underneath mine. And I always like to say, and I think I heard it on here, a guy named Romeo or something, I believe, or no, maybe it was on the regular, the company chat, but he told about the orange, and I'm a huge Les Brown fan, and I never heard that story before, but how many oranges can an orange create? And it just blows my mind because this is what OnPassive is, OnPassive, you take an orange and how many, it's infinite because an orange has seeds, but a seed doesn't create another orange. A seed creates a tree. So when you plant that seed, you create another tree. And that's the way OnPassive is. It's a beautiful thing. And people just start coming in and, you start out with a few, 10, 20 people on your team. And all of a sudden you look and it's like 200 or 300, and all of a sudden you're really happy. But I can tell you, man, we love what we're doing. We love OnPassive. We love, and we can't wait to get you on the show. And there's a few on here that I know. Peter Rogers, he's going to be on the show too, I think. And we've had a lot of them on. Kevin, Chris, Marty. I know I asked Ty Young too, to come on to the show. But anyone that's got a story to tell, and we all do have a story to tell, come on to the show, share your story. And we like to say, hey, you're creating a legacy, because if you don't know it, you are into a company that's going to be the biggest company in the world. And wouldn't you like to have a video or something that shows that your grandkids and stuff say, yeah, Papa was in this way when it was small, you know, and you show them the video. So anyway, I'm in it to win it. I love it. I love OnPassive. I love the people in OnPassive, and I can't wait till I start traveling around the world and visiting all of you guys. If you're ever in Nashville, ring me up. Thank you.
Milo, thank you.
Hey, Marlon, this is Ty. If you want to get a hold of me, could you get a hold of George Giegel or on Facebook or Marty DeGarmo?
Okay, I'll get a hold of Marty. I know Marty.
He'll send you my link or whatever.
Perfect.
Hey, Milo,
Thank you.
that was the funniest webinar last night.
Wasn't it?
Oh,
I wish I had a button to push right now, but
oh my gosh, one guy came on and he had Minnie Mouse's voice because something was wrong with the computer, and he started talking, and I almost peed my pants. I mean, it was
so funny, man.
Oh yeah,
I cracked up.
And
The
then he goes,
replay is up
"Let me
now,
start
so
over
you-
again," and he did it again. Remember, he kept
I
trying
know.
to do it. Yeah. Oh.
And then he held that sign up with what it was. So then I said, well, I got the revelation. He turned it upside down. It was funny. You got to see it. But yeah, that video's up on julieandmilo.com.
Is that part on there too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah, the whole
fantastic.
thing. I think, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, we
Hello,
put
this
it up
is
last
Julie. I got to butt in really quick. That
Oh,
was
there's
funny.
Julie. Look at you.
That was funny
Yeah.
last night. That was so awesome. But who would have known Key gave us the key to the health to deal with stuff. So you have to watch that video because Key Wendell had shared with us because one of our leadership council is dealing with some sickness right now. So you got to watch that video because when you do, you have some tips for your health from a doctor.
Absolutely.
But that was funny. You gotta go. It's up now. I just finished uploading it. So you go to julieandmilo.com. You'll be able to watch it. Thanks so much for letting me budge in.
It's okay. It was funny. I almost died. And I'm not trying not to laugh. I'm laughing because I'm looking at people who are trying not to laugh. And that even made it funnier. We'll go to Victor and then Chris. Listen, this is 2 hours right now. We'll go as long as it takes until everybody gets to say what they want to say. If anybody wants
Yeah,
to leave, that's
I'll be
okay.
here for a while. I just got to take a few minutes away and I'll be right back.
You have to go pee-pee. There
No.
we go. See,
My daughter is calling and I have to call her back and I will be back in a few minutes.
You're still gonna go pee-pee though. All right, anyway.
Well, I'll do that too.
Victor, where are you at? Where'd Victor go? Oh, there he is. Victor, your turn, buddy.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are all over the world. I'm Victor Olajide Ogumolade from United Kingdom. I've been a safety officer for over 13 years. I was living from hand to mouth and from paycheck to paycheck. Along the line, because I love to serve. I love to inspire people. I love to engage people. I love to motivate people, to let them know that they cannot stay in that comfort zone, that there is always a way out for them. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. I began my motivational speaking engagement. That was a few years back. And this opportunity took me to so many parts of the world, inspiring people, engaging people, giving hope to those that are hopeless. Along the line, I ventured into, I would say, programs just to complement my speaking engagements. And I went, into some of them. Fortunately, some of them, I was able to make something. The people that I brought into those programs as well, they were able to make something. But at the tail end of one of the company, the people that joined very late, very few people, they lost out and the company went down the drain. That gave me, a devastating moment which I couldn't control. And at that point, I said to myself, I will not be introducing any programs to anybody again. I will just depend on my motivational speaking engagement. Along the line, 5 months ago, I was, going through some of my motivational speeches, and I came across, a wonderful trailing educative video, webinar that Roger Peter and Red Frame did. And, I would say it's an act of God because I paused for a moment to see what is going on there. I listened to the webinar from the beginning to the end, and it really caught my attention. Immediately, I caught the vision, even without knowing Ash or anybody, because Richard Branson said, if someone offers you a great opportunity, jump into it first and learn how to do it. That was what I did at that point in time. I bought into it that very day because I was thinking the following day, the opportunity will not be there anymore. But thank God, we still have it there. And following week, I was able to attend one of the private webinar with Ash, the CEO. And I was shedding tears of joy when I had Ash Mufara speaking about his vision, his dream, his goal to change many lives around the globe. And that really, really, inspired me, motivated me. And I said, I will take this company to places. I will help this company will serve as a vehicle for me to change so many lives around the globe. I started, promoting the company, to my friends, to even to my former boss that I worked for so many years. He came in, so many great people that knows me very well, that join opportunity that I promote in the past. They joined, and we started, going, promoting the company, doing all we can, because I realized OnPassive is offering everybody, regardless of your level, whether you are guru marketer or you are novice marketer, it guarantees you success. It even forced you to succeed in life. It caters for 97% of the people that failed online. And that was the number one reason why I joined OnPassive, because you don't have to recruit, you don't have to sell, you don't have to convince, because this is the problem that we have, in the internet industry. Because I may know how to promote, but how many people that can replicate my success? And that is why I joined OnPassive. The number two reason, is that OnPassive, do they have products, viable, legitimate products? And I realized that this company is a game changer because it has got 50 products under one umbrella. This is like a shopping mall. I've never seen a company that can withstand OnPassive on the planet. As far as I'm concerned, I love all the products. Even without joining the OnPassive, you will love the products, because the products will bring people to OnPassive. Anybody that goes online will have every cause to use one of the products. And that is the number two reason why I joined OnPassive. Number three, who is behind it? I told you earlier, I listened to Ash Mufara. We have so many geniuses around the whole world. How many geniuses like Ash Mufara has the heart of the people, has the heart of the people around the whole world? I want to tell you tonight, Ash Mufara is number one, because you can see it when he's talking, when he's speaking. You can see it, you can sense it, you can feel it, that this man knows what he's talking about. You can see that this man has the heart of the people. And immediately when he finished his talk, he spent over 4 hours with us on that private webinar. Since I've been online, I've never seen a CEO that will spend so much time with you on the webinar. Hardly will you see a CEO that will spend even 10 minutes, not to talk of 30 minutes, not to talk of 4 hours, 5 hours sometimes. And I said, I will promote this company all over the world. I will go to any country like I did before, many countries, to promote this company, because Ash Mufara, like I said, is a man that has the heart of the people. He's a God sent. And I want you to really get this in your mind, that you are dealing with the man that God has sent to the whole world to eradicate poverty around the whole world. That was number 3. Number 4, this company says, guarantees you money back, $97 at any point in time. If you are not happy, if you don't want it, you will get your money back. So what is the risk there? For me, there is no risk. You have got nothing to lose, but plenty to gain. That was number 4 reason. And the fifth reason why I joined the opportunity. Have you ever seen a company that gets you the traffic, that gets you the sales, that do the follow-up for you, that do everything for you 24/7 without you lifting a finger? This is the first company I have seen on the planet. And I can tell you today, this is the time. This is a defining moment for you to change your life, to change your family life, to change your world, to change your community, to impact lives around the world. People are dying of hunger. People don't have a place to live. People are drinking poor water. If you go to so many countries, people are suffering. This is the right moment for you to tap into this opportunity and be a blessing to everybody, to who you can, help and help them. So I want to encourage you all, don't wait till tomorrow. Tap into this opportunity, because OnPassive is a game changer. It's life-changing opportunity. And I can tell you, in 1 year time, 2 years time, 5 years time, think of where you will be with this company. Where do you want to be? The choice is yours. And right now, you've got the chance, you've got the opportunity to make this day a defining moment. I want to thank Ash Mofala, wherever you are. May God bless you. I pray for this guy on a daily basis in my morning devotion as a Christian. I pray for him. I pray for all the leaders, Matty Digamo, Peter Roger, Red Frame, all the leaders that are helping us in this OnPassive, to make sure we all succeed. Thank you all for giving me this opportunity to be here to encourage you. Thank you. May God bless you all. Bye.
Victor needs to learn how not to hold back. Thanks, Victor. Mike Ellis is here. I want him to come on and I want him to tell us how big is OnPassive, Mike Ellis, and then I'll go to you, Chris.
Oh, that's great. There's no way I wanted to follow Mike Ellis. I got to follow Victor. There's no way I want to follow Mike Ellis.
Okay, go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
First of all,
no, don't make me cry, Chris. Don't make me cry.
No more crying, man. There's no more crying allowed for me. I might, who knows? But first of all, my person that signed me up is on here tonight, Peter Schur. I want to give you a shout out. I love you to death, man. Thank you for getting me in this. I don't have the good looks of Marty. I don't have that golden voice of Red. I don't have the charm of a Peter Rogers. I don't have the style of a Kevin Rutledge. But what I have is just me. And what I have to offer, and what OnPassive has offered me, I'm just too excited about. I'm not going to be on here long. I don't have a story. I worked 32 years at Ford Motor Company. Okay? The only story that I want to remember is OnPassive. That's the story I want to remember. All right? The light bulb didn't come on. I was struck by lightning. And it felt so good. It felt so good. Lightning went right through my body. I can't stop. I am impulsive, compulsive. I'm excited. I just want to go, go, go. I want you all to know, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to get out and tell people about OnPassive. It's real easy. Once you get the crying over and the excitement never goes away. It just keeps getting better. I want to get it. I do lives every day. And like I said, look at me. I got a big head. Nothing I can do about that, but I got a big mouth like Marty. Marty taught me a lot of things. And what he told me is, get off your butt, get your voice heard, get out there and do it. And my team's building, and I love it. And I'm getting some great people. So all I want to say to all you beautiful faces in here, don't be afraid. You're going to get people that say negative things to you. That's part of it. But you know what? Let their negativity be your strength. Just keep growing in it. Don't stop. Don't let one person knock you down. Ignore them. Like Marty said, bye-bye. I'm still going to love them. I tell them, I'm still going to love you. You don't believe in it? I'm still going to love you, man. It's okay. But keep going at it. Trust me. You're going to share this every day in your social media. Real simple to do. Real simple. Sooner or later, one of those seeds are going to come into your life. That seed is going to keep going and keep going and keep going. And it doesn't stop. I get phone calls. 5 minutes ago, I was getting a phone call. I said, hold on. You got to wait a minute. All right. Don't let negativity stop you. And you know what? We're never going to get to the top of this company. Never. We never will, because there's no top. There's nothing that is higher. We'll never get there because we're just going to keep going. There is no height to this company. It's unstoppable. I mean, it's unstoppable. And now I'm going to let the phenomenal Mike Ellis come in here, because he's got to follow me now. I love you all. Stay focused, stay plugged in. Let the lightning light you up, because it will. Bye, guys. Thank you.
That's a pretty tough show to follow. I'm not sure I can. I apologize for being here late. I missed the time, and I wasn't able to do my little 5-minute deal at the beginning of the at the Fireside chat. But Marty asked me how big is OnPassive, and OnPassive. If I talk to the founding members of OnPassive, I don't care if you came in 2 years ago. I don't care if you came in yesterday or if you come in a month. OnPassive is so big that over a very, very short period of time, not years, but months, 6 months, 12 months, your financial needs will be taken care of. When you think about finance, and when you think about OnPassive and what they'll be doing the first year, how big is OnPassive? OnPassive will bring in 100 million customers year one. When you think about 100 million customers, you're looking at the last month of that year, $20 billion coming into OnPassive. How big is OnPassive? OnPassive is so big that Ash Mufareh is going to take the majority of the profits and share it with the founding members. That's how big OnPassive is. When you look at OnPassive and how big it is, there are 5.6 billion customers we're going to have throughout the world, and there will be something in OnPassive for everybody. Bar none, there will be something in OnPassive for all 5.6 billion people. We talk about 100 million people the first year. What about 2 billion people the second year? As a founding member, where is that going to put you? Where are you going to be? How is your financial future going to look? When you look at OnPassive and how big OnPassive is, OnPassive was built for you to take care of that bottom line. That's what Ash Mufareh wanted to do. That's why he's sharing the wealth. And obviously, when I talk about how big OnPassive is, what they're doing for us, I get pretty pumped up about it, because there's nobody that's on this screen today that in a year's time, I don't think you'll be talking about finances, because I don't even think you'll be thinking about them. That's how big OnPassive is. So apologize, I wasn't here earlier. I'm sure Marty did a great job on giving a quick presentation on OnPassive and what it does for the new people. If he didn't do that, shame on him. And I'll be on the next one. I'll make sure I do it. But OnPassive, it's a major deal. It's a big deal. It will be the biggest corporation that's ever been in the history of mankind. Believe it or not, if you don't believe it, you're going to see it. If you believe it, I don't have to say anything. Marty, go ahead. I'll take it back to you, and you can take it over to whomever. Maybe.
Marty, I'll say
Mike,
something
go ahead,
about this.
take it.
Yeah. You know, it's like we're coming into OnPassive with the technology that we have today. And how is it going to, you know, we're going to bring the world into OnPassive, and how is it going to sustain? Technology changes so rapidly, and OnPassive has all these, 800, 1,000, they're going to have all these geniuses working for them. And it's like you think about this little cell phone, right? You can't even see my cell phone with my background, but technology has changed dramatically over the years. As we move forward with OnPassive, Ash Mufareh and his team of technology geniuses, what we experience today is only the tip of the iceberg of what we're going to see tomorrow. It's like the things that are going to come into OnPassive, into the tool suite the next month, and 3 months from now, and 6 months from now, and a year from now, and 2 years from now, and 5 years from now. we're always going to be on top of technology that's going to come in and give us more tools and more opportunities. It's not just what we have today. I just really want you to kind of wrap your head around that. It's like right now, the 50 whatever tools that we come out with, those are just in today's technology. Look at what we had in the 90s. I mean, the difference in the cell phones, the difference in computers, the difference in technology. We have a team of experts, geniuses, who are going to keep moving us forward in technology with OnPassive. So it's not just what we have this moment as we launch. That's not where we're going to, when we open the door, we're going to open with these 50 tools, and then it'll be the next month, something else comes on. There's things that we're going to get to experience in our online experience, in our marketing experience, that we don't even know that they're here today. OnPassive is going to bring those to us. We're here for the long term with a brainchild like Elon Musk, Bill Gates. If you were again on Thursday's webinar with Ashmi Farah, you realize that he's a thinker. He's a thinker like way beyond our thoughts. I appreciate this man so much, taking us into the future with him. And then I want to go back to what Milo was saying. Now it's not so much about the money. It's about what we can do to impact the world, impact all of the people around the world. So what we're gonna make some decent money. We're gonna fill up our bank accounts. What are we gonna do to change the world financially? Victor, man, I loved you coming out and talking tonight. All of you, everybody, appreciate everybody coming out and talking tonight. Alberto, what we're going to do collectively with OnPassive, thanks to one person at the top, Ashmi Farah, who started this vision and gave it all to us. We're going to impact the world. Peter Rogers, oh my God. Look at how many people you are touching. The pebble that you dropped in the pond, the ripple that goes out, and how many people it has touched. Redfern, thank you for being here tonight again. Thank you all for coming out and talking tonight.
Michael.
Tim Dillon.
May I piggyback on that for a little bit?
Yes, sir, you sure can. Come on out and talk to us, Tim.
Mike, what you say is so honest to God, from the heart, and true. However, I have a little different take on where we're going and what we're going to see. And unfortunately, we're not going to live to see the impact that this company has on the world community. We are all middle-aged or senior, some of us a little younger, some of us a little older, but in our lifetime, we will not see the historical impact of what this company does to the entire global community. I believe that deep within my heart. And I tried to explain it to Milo and Julie. And I've told you, Mike, I'm a history buff. I look at history as repeating itself. We went through an industrial revolution, brought us to trains, brought us to steel, brought us the airplane, brought us the car, got rid of the brick phone, and gave us a computer in our hand that we carry with us. In the late 70s, early 80s, a new revolution began, the technology revolution. Between IBM, at that time in the 60s, they were building computers that were as big as hotels. Now a computer you hold in your hand. But Steve Jobs and Bill Gates brought us the technology revolution of the time and put that computer on our desk, in our home, in our office. We are just seeing another phase of that revolution of technology with OnPassive. And where is that going to take us? Where has the phone brought us? Where has the airplane brought us? The car, electricity, all those things that came about in the last pandemic in the early 1900s, 1910 to whatever. But we are sitting at the very beginning of a new revolution being brought to us by Ash Mufarah. His vision is so clear. There's no way to say no to it. He has laid it out on the table. He is an open book. I saw him the first time I saw him, that's what I saw. A man that was willing to lay it all on the table, and it's unconditional. Join me if you see the vision. If you see it, you're in for a ride. So buckle up, get ready. The clutch is going to pop and the wheels are going to turn, and we're going to set records globally. It's going to be a great ride, people. It is going to be huge.
Yes, Tim, I agree.
Milo and Julie for having me on. I had a good time with them, and thank you for letting me chime in a little bit here.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah, Tim, we're certainly going to see the springboard of OnPassive taken off. You know, like you say, we're not going to see the impact of it because we're a little older, right? Our grandchildren, those grandchildren, they're going to get to see the impact of OnPassive. But what we see coming up to springboard, when it takes off, it's going to be so overwhelming that we're going to get to see history in the making. Hey, I want to say also that I know I keep looking at the chat going on, and maybe you guys might have typed something in here, a question that you might have had. And I don't want to leave anybody out. If you've typed something in there, we had 280 people on here at one point. If you typed something in the chat, you had a question, we didn't get to it, you still want to have that question answered, maybe you could unmute yourself or go ahead and type it back in the chat. I'll try and look at it myself. I want to make sure we get questions answered. Yes.
Yeah, what I'm telling people is if you have a question, you can type in the chat in another Zoom, but if you got a question now, unmic yourself and say it. That's why
let's bring you out.
That's why we're here. Don't feel shy. Oh, and by the way, while you're in OnPassive, first I got to figure out what Tim got that freaking hat. But no, what I want to know is when I go to the different Zooms in the different parts of the world, actually, you meet so many people. Here today, Angie's here from Germany. She's going to get real shy when I start talking, but she interprets the whole webinar to the German people. Amazing. I've seen her do it, and she's unbelievable. Angie, would you like to say hi? She can speak English. They speak all kinds of languages over there.
No. What shall I say? For me, it's like coming home from a long, long journey on a road full of bumps, sorry. And it's my whole life changed in the last months. Since June last year, I'm an OnPassive, I'm a founder, and my whole life changed. I found new family, friends, and this is amazing. I'm overwhelmed every time, and yeah, I'm just speechless. I try to do anything for OnPassive for the German community, and I try to attend every webinar to soak like a sponge. Yeah, the love, and because I lost my belief in humanity in the last couple of years. And since I met Ash and all of you and OnPassive, I found hope, and I found my belief in mankind and humanity again. And that's so overwhelming. Yeah. And the support of people, Marty, you are awesome. You know that. There's so much support, no matter where you're from, no matter which language, which country. And for me, that's unbelievable every day. Thank you, guys. I love you all.
We love you too. My little sister from Germany. Didn't even know I had one.
Yeah, thank you, Anche.
Wait a minute. Let me look around here because people aren't holding their hand up, so I'm just going to grab them. Keith Rutland, Kevin, you're not going to just sit there and say nothing. You know that, right? Yeah, I mean, you could try, but you're going to talk about something. So let's go. Let's hear
Stephen.
I'll brag about OnPassive for a minute or two. I was about done, I guess, when I got that email from Alan, and you know, I'd been through the mill, like we've heard, and I'd reached my point where I was just about fed up. I was, you know, so I wasn't in the right mindset for one, and then, but I was very lucky because when I got started, you know, 10, 12 years ago, I found a guy who was doing it right, who was ethical, who was honest. He was a no bones kind of guy, you know. He didn't blow smoke where I didn't need it, and he taught me a ton. But unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever, I didn't have the apply button. I had the learn button, and I was big on learning, but the apply wasn't happening.
My honey is here.
And
Fast.
so along come OnPassive, and like I said, I wasn't in the right frame of mind. But then when I did see what was going on, and I realized what we had here, I couldn't believe it, first of all. But I've been trying to nutshell this thing ever since, and it's really hard to do because you always just have to leave something out. But it's honest, it's ethical. So, you know, the integrity level here is off the charts. I needed a digital product. I like a digital product. I needed an automated product because I wanted something done for me. It's really nice that we have no qualifiers or caps, because I don't know how much money I want to make, but I don't want anybody telling me that I can't make any more. And I don't want it to take forever, you know. So it'd be nice if we could get it done quicker than sooner than later. And OnPassive has all that. OnPassive is will create more millionaires than any other business, period. I'll say that again. OnPassive will create more millionaires than any other business, period. I believe that with every fiber of my being. The momentum after 2 years plus, is greater, you know, than any business I've ever been a part of. Usually it's right about this time, or even sooner sometimes, where you're thinking about, well, you know, I better start looking for something else because this is going nowhere, you know. And here we are 2.5 years later, and it's just speeding up, and we haven't even started yet. I was talking to a fellow the other night, belly to belly, and I told him, I said, I came in here, you know, in November of 2018, and I spent, you know, $97 when I became a founder, and I haven't made a dime. and I wasn't supposed to. And I said, I haven't spent a dime either, and I wasn't supposed to. And I've been watching this behemoth grow, and I saw it change, you know, the stages. Because what we started out here was just a simple platform like everything else. We just wanted the honest way of doing business online, you know, that's where it started. It's the honest way of doing business online. And then, you know, it grew into this, and so that delayed the launch, and then it grew into this thing, and that delayed the launch. And what we have now is not only an honest way to do business online, but we have an honest, ethical, viable products that are digital, that are automated, that, you know, we took out everything I say we because this is a we project, and I think Ash would be on board with that logic. But I don't say we because, you know, I had a lot to do with it. But everything that was wrong with network marketing, with this particular space, this industry, was tried and I think successfully done away with. And then we started, you know, seeing what else we could do, you know, what kind of goodies we could throw in there. And it kind of took on a humanitarian effort. And it's been said that you attract who you are. I believe that. And, but the thing I would have you look at if you're new is the momentum and the growth of this company. It's like nothing I've ever seen. It's like nothing that everybody who's in here has ever seen, because it's never happened before. You know, this is Woodstock, and it's, you know, it's 1968. So, yeah, I mean, I would spend the $97 just for, you know, the ride. OnPassive is going to make a lot of people a lot of bit of money, but that's not what it's about. What it's about is OnPassive is going to change a lot of people's lives for the better. You know, there's some people that go to bed hungry. And there's some people that need clean water, like everybody on the planet. And there's some needs that need to be met, and here's a way to meet those needs. I'm a big time killer. I like to play around online as much as anybody, but Ash said it the other day, killing time is killing lives. We need to do better, and we can. We have a vehicle, and we cannot be stopped. We cannot be stopped, and we won't be stopped. So jump on, jump in, walk next to us down the beach a little ways, and let's talk about how we can make things better. Because we can do it. It's all here. It's all here. All we need is you. And that's the only thing we're missing. Love y'all, like it or not. I'll be back.
Yeah, very good. Very good, Kevin. I was looking on page 2 here, and we have babyface grandmas here. Diane, I keep calling her that. Diane, what do you have to say?
Hey, Marty,
Yeah. Old
you read
Lord,
that?
happy guy. Yeah, I see it.
Old fart sippy cup.
Sorry I was late today. I was jealous of your new phone, Marty, so I had to go out and get my own new one. But yeah, no, and Tim, he's calling us all middle-aged and stuff. So I get it. And Kevin, you need to do an Audible book. You're like Sam Elliott, you know, your voice. It's just yeah, you need to do a book and read it out. I could just listen to you all day. It's fabulous. OnPassive is so cool for me. It's funny, my husband teases me all the time because I try to see the good in people and think positive. It's like when we went to get my phone today, we got the closest possible parking stall in this big mall, which I didn't want to go to the mall, but we did. And I said, he says, how do you do that? And I said, you've got to think like that. You've got to think, oh, I'm going to get Rockstar parking, and poof, there it is. And it's all about mindset with a lot of people and a lot of things. And what I really like about OnPassive is, again, I try to see the good in people, but it's like good overload with all these founders. It's just, it lifts me up every time I listen to a webinar, or Chris, when you pop up and do your little lives, and Marty, when you do your lives when I'm not there, it's because I'm walking with my girlfriend and I have no signal on my phone. But anyway, I just want to thank all you guys. It's always so awesome to see you and listen to you, and I really appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mike Horde. Find some more people. I know there's
Marty,
people.
we have a Kevin. Yeah, I'll invite a lot of people to the call. Kevin Woodley typed in a chat that he would like to say something, and so I'll just say, Kevin, if maybe you're not on the panelists here, so if you raise your hand, or maybe you can unmute yourself, we'll certainly answer the questions you have. And in the meantime, if we have anybody else, this is so cool. I just absolutely love this.
Can I butt in and ask another question, please? It's Nicola.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you had. I wasn't sure if you still had your hand raised or you raised it again.
I had another moment. And I'm afraid it's questions rather than stories.
That's okay. That's what we're here for. Yeah.
Do we have anybody that can explain this in Romanian?
Oh, I've seen that question.
Yeah, I'm afraid
Marty.
I put it there.
Marty,
I just thought it might be quicker.
I have enough trouble doing it in English. I know I'm not going to be able to do it in Romanian. No, Alberto, you might know somebody. I know.
Yeah, I wanted just to say that. Yeah, there is someone who is translating something in Romanian. I have to check it, and if once I know it, I will put it in.
I know it.
Council, okay?
That would be amazing. Thank you.
It will be in the next 2 to 3 days, not later.
Okay.
And by the
Anya,
time,
were you saying?
Pardon?
That's okay. Somebody else was saying, I think that they maybe
spoke. I know it. Yeah, it's Vilmos from the Leadership Council.
Vilma.
Vilma. Yeah, Vilmos.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and if I've got somebody that I want to explain it to, I mean, actually a piece of paper, a document or something would be amazing, if just to give like the bare bones, because their English is really crap. Lovely people, but very bad English, and so it's going to be difficult for me to explain it.
You have to wait. You have to wait for the handbook in Romanian. It takes still a few days, I suppose.
Okay, a few days is great. That's no problem.
Yeah, it'll be like a PDF. It'll go through everything.
PDF, yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. By the time I take the chance to say bye-bye, it's now nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. Not because it's 2 o'clock, but tomorrow morning I have to do a webinar for a German friend at 11 o'clock, and at night then I have my own in Spanish. So thank you very much to be here, and it's really,
Alberto. Thank you, buddy.
really great to be with you. And as everybody said, it's amazing OnPassive. Thank you very much, and have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
And have you with us, Alberto.
Thank you, bye.
Thanks, buddy.
The problem with this is, although it says it's passive, it's so flipping exciting that there's nothing passive about it.
Hi, Nicola. Hi,
Yeah.
I was going to say that you could probably, the founder that's in the Leadership Council that knows Romanian, there's you can actually email him, and they could you can have a direct conversation with them.
I'm sorry, I missed all of that. It was the internet's going really awful. Could you say it again, please?
If you need somebody in Romanian, there are founders that speak that language, and there actually is going to be a book that they're translating in every language. But if you need to contact him, or you can actually email them. They have their email in the back office under Leadership Council. And Marty, is it Vilmos? Is that who it is? Yeah, the name is
A lot of
the
thumbs
name
up.
Yes, yes.
Vilmos. Okay, Vilmos.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will have a look in the morning. That's really helpful. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, you can contact anybody that's in the Leadership Council directly if there's a language that you're looking for. If they don't speak it, there's somebody that they can find for you.
Okay, that's fabulous. Thank you very much indeed. I'm afraid I'm also going to hop off shortly because it's nearly 1 o'clock and I was supposed to be having an early night. It was just compelling. But
Thank you for being here, Nicola.
Thank you very much.
All of you, for being here. So we have Robin, and Hildegard, who have their hands up, Marty.
As well as myself.
Oh, there's Stephen Woodley, Senior.
Hey, Mike.
There he is. There he is.
Hello,
hey, Mike
Stephen.
and Marty, how you guys doing?
Good.
Can you hear me great?
We can hear you fine.
Excellent, excellent. I am enjoying these wonderful stories that I've been hearing. It's been so very inspirational. With all this excitement that's going on, and that's caused my excitement. I just recently did my first time YouTube video with the entitle called "Anything Is Possible." It's in the chat. If you guys want to have a look at it and listen to it, fine. Pardon me. I just want to give my story. I, like many of you, have been in the online business for close to 40 years and have got some results, no results. Some companies shut down, went away when it came to withdrawals. And it was, very heartbreaking. In fact, the very last one that I was in, it took me a while to catch myself. Pardon me. Quite a few people were in it as well. And it was just really heartbreaking. But like they say, when you fall down, you can get up, dust yourself off, and move forward. I would say this much. Back in the day, I was involved with MV as well. Pardon me. And I can say one thing, that from the companies that I've been in, some have been profitable, some haven't. I've always learned something moving forward. So even though you might get into a business and it doesn't work out for you, there's a learning process in that business, right? So you must take what you've learned from the failures, and move forward. One thing about business, it will teach you what not to do very, very quickly. Okay, very, very quickly. So in 2018, December 30th.
Oh, yeah, he said, okay. He said, okay, that was it. After that, I don't hear nothing more from him. He knew.
Okay.
Thank you, Marty.
In 2013 of December 30th, 2018, December 30th, a matter of my upline, who's Diana Weaver from New Zealand. And we had been in a prior business that didn't kind of pan out too well. And she invited me into, it was Go Founders at that time. Back then it was just Sir Ash, just on his little video talking. And so when I listened to his heart and what he had to say, this was a no-brainer for me. I said, okay, this is it. So I jumped in with all 4 feet and have been slowly working it and been telling friends. One thing, first of all, I am from Bermuda, and at the moment we are having some cool weather, okay? It's not that sunny Bermuda that I normally can boast about. And because we are about 700 miles off of North Carolina, out in the Atlantic, anything comes off United States, we won't get the snow as yet, but we will get that cool weather. Okay. So that's what we're experiencing now. And for you, I know you're going to laugh at 61 degrees, 60 degrees, and really cool for us is 58, 59. But that's a part of life. And so because I live on an island, I've just about saturated all my friends and family and the whole 9 yards, right? So now when I approach them, it's like, oh, please, please, okay? But it's no problem because I'm doing like what Marty said. I present it to them, and guess what? They will be coming back to me, okay? Because this is it. This is it. One of the things that I love about Sir Ash, and that's how I refer to him as Sir Ash Macquarie, is that I can feel his heart when he talks, okay? And you just get the reassurance that what he's about, his goals, his dreams, his visions, his aspirations, is a lot like ours, our goals, our dreams, and inspiration. However, the only difference is we haven't had the finance to finance our goals, our dreams, and our aspirations. Well, now that we have this vehicle, which is just beautiful, we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to give to our friends, give to our families, help those that are in need, whatever the case that you might be in. I like Marlo, my brother Milo, sorry. I'm a musician as well. Okay, so I've got some other projects coming up that you will hear about at some point in time. One of them is each one can reach one if we all do our part. And I think that's so fitting for OnPassive, right? Each one can reach one if we all do our part. Then I had another inspiration from Cindy, who had in her email, but instead he chose to help you and me. And I also did another little step on that, which was inspiring because he really didn't have to do this. He could have just said, us four and no more, and that's it, right? So I just wanted to take this time to thank you all for your stories. They are very, very encouraging, okay? Very, very encouraging, uplifting, and inspirational. And guess what? We are definitely in it because we will win it. Thanks, Marty and Mike. I appreciate this time.
Thank you, Stephen. And yeah, definitely in the right place. I think you need to kind of look at the story of David in Papua New Guinea, and a man on a small island who's built a team of I can't even say how many. I think it's 4,000.
Yeah, something like that. It could be
doesn't
more.
matter where
It
you
could
are.
be more. We've been on here a couple hours. Yeah, Stephen, good job, buddy.
Yeah, but I long to be the global representation from Bermuda. So watch out for me in the weeks.
All you got to do is put it in here. Think it.
Oh yeah.
What you think is what you get.
Exactly.
And thank you for coming out and sharing. Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
So I see we got a couple more hands up here raised. You see those, Marty? We got Robin. And Hildegard's open. Go ahead, Hilda.
Robin
Yeah,
oh,
go ahead, Marty.
Oh no, go ahead, Hildegard. I'm sorry. I don't have
No
any.
worries. Thank you
And where
so
are you
much.
from, Hildegard? Where are you from, Hildegard?
I'm in Toronto, Canada. Very cold, many layers of clothing.
Chill, yeah, chilly.
However, it's all good. I have a little comment and a question. First, a language question. I have not yet found anybody who is fluent in Mandarin and English. Do we have anybody in the team knows? Are there any Mandarin speakers in our team? That is something I'm looking for because there's a couple of lovely people that I would like to invite to this. And yet their English isn't good enough to understand that's what we need to explain. And I definitely do not do Mandarin. So if
Not that
anybody has
not that I,
any,
yeah, not that I
okay,
know of, but what I would do is, I would post that question like in OnPassive Nation or in the community in the back
okay,
office, and you might get a response. I know people
great.
do that to find out because being in 200 and whatever countries, I'm sure there's somebody there
Right?
that knows.
Yeah.
I just don't know anybody offhand. Maybe somebody else does, but I don't.
Awesome.
Hey,
Well,
Marty.
thank you so much, Marty and Mike and everybody for doing all you're doing. Mike, Alice, I'm amazed because when I joined this through my friend in Switzerland, as Carol earlier said, I needed to feel that leader, take me to your leader. That's too good to be true. I was really the negative kind of inquisitive journalist. And when somebody said it earlier, when you feel the heart of the visionary, you can't fake that kind of thing. And then coming to the community and meeting, I don't know how many hundreds of people over the last 6 months. I joined in July, there were only 120,000 of us. And now we are close to 500,000. I mean, and it's again and it's again. Every speaker today, this morning, Antje was kind enough to co-host my English presentation. I mean, it's amazing. And I believe very much, based on my own story, and we all have our good and bad stories, and especially during the dark night of the soul events in our lives, there's always there's a reason for it. Somebody said near-death experience, we still have a reason to be here. And I very much believe all of us made a deal way back when to come together. We don't remember, we don't, know each other at all. However, we kind of feel each other. And I think you guys really do an awesome job making somebody feel very welcome who is, I don't believe that, it's one of them things, especially if the family doesn't buy into it at all and you are kind of the odd one out in left field. So thank you so much, everybody. This is awesome. And I will post a note in the back office. Marty, great idea. Thanks so much. That was all for me today. Thank you.
Thank you, Hildegard. And Marty, I don't know if one of you guys could post, put in the chat box or something where somebody can go get it. If you're not a part of OnPassive Nation's Facebook group, there's a certain link that you need to click on. And I don't have that readily available. If you could put that in the chat where.
I'll go get it. I'll go get it.
Okay, yeah, appreciate that.
Hey, Mike, Francesca here. Can I jump in?
Hey, Francesca. Yeah.
Hey, I'm on Hildegard's team, so it's fun to follow my leader, who's fantastic, and great to see you again after our morning webinar that we had with Alberto. And thank you, Marty and Mike and everyone. Mike and Red and Victor. Everyone's so amazing. and I'm glad to see I've got some friends that have joined too. Carolyn, oh my gosh, you're on the webinar here. That's so exciting for me. And I think Anne and Samantha and Giovanni and maybe Megan and John are here too. So I wanted to share just quickly that my friend Lois, who's here, who's on our team with Hildegard, she shared with me back in September, and she said, "Oh, Francesca, I've heard about this great company, and we'll get residual income. I know that your company's been really hit by, the CV word, which I hate to say, and we'll get residual income for the rest of our lives, and we don't have to do anything." And I thought, well, that sounds way too good to be true. And then she said, get on this webinar and check it out. And this took a few weeks for me to do that. And then one day, it was Saturday, the 17th of October, a day that'll always stay in my memory. It was 10 to 10 in the morning. And she called me and she said, Francesca, get on this webinar at 10 a.m. You've got to look at this. So there was Alberto Sanchez, and he talked about OnPassive and what it's all about. And then at the very end of it, he said, I've got to wrap up here. And I just want to say a few more words before we close off the call for all the people here from around the world. He said, you don't know me and I don't know you. And he said, you could easily spend $100 on dinner tonight. But let me tell you something, this will be the best $100 you ever spend. This opportunity will never come around again in our lifetime. And the person who shared this with you really cares a lot about you and loves you a lot. And he said it's like getting on the front line of Apple or Amazon or, you name it, Google, Netflix, Cisco. He said it's a no-brainer. You do not want to miss this. And when he said that, it was like, oh my gosh, the penny really dropped. And so of course I started looking at the webinars and things, and I'm being blown away as everyone has been sharing here today. And then I want to just finish by saying, and I know we've been on a long time, as Red and Victor said earlier, how amazing our humble leader, Ash Mufera. He's so kind, he's so generous, he's so loving, he's such a fearless leader, so incredible. And on Thursday night, I'm going to read you, I had to write down this direct quote from Ash. A lot of you heard it, but for those of you who maybe missed it, this just blew me away, which is what you were saying earlier, Red, if you're still here, because I know it's really late now up in the UK. I forget if you're still here. He said the following: it will become hard to avoid OnPassive. We will be dominant. OnPassive is real, ethical, disruptive. We will own the digital world. We are the restoration of the digital world. OnPassive will be the biggest company that history ever witnessed. Wow. So unbelievable. Like, it's just such a joy to be here, and an honor and a privilege. And God bless Ash, and God bless all of you and our beautiful, loving OnPassive family. And prayers and love to everyone. Thank you.
Oh, hallelujah, Francesca. So that's someone who tuned in and paid attention to the Thursday call and realized where we are going with OnPassive. And she just read you a little excerpt of a few minutes of that call. Why weren't you on it? Okay, I don't know how many more Thursday calls we're going to have with Ash, but that one was epic. Thank you for bringing that out. Thank you for that sharing that with us tonight. I got to say thank you all for being here tonight. I'm about ready to end this call. It's like I just looked at my phone. It's a little over 3 hours. 3 hours that we've been on this fireside chat. I love it. It's like, and Ash wasn't even here. Normally you got to be on a call with Ash to go 3 or 4 hours. And maybe I'm frozen. Am I frozen? Yeah. So I'm sorry if I bugged out there a little bit. It's like my internet connection.
No, you're okay.
Okay. 3 hours with people from all around the world. Wonderful people, beautiful people, all of you sharing your stories with us. Just love it. And man, I'm going to end this call with Tom Garino, who pushed me to get on here and do these fireside chats, who pushed so many people to do more than they could or they would. Some of you might not have heard that in the beginning, but Tom Garino, who is no longer with us, passed last month with the COVID. He really inspired me to do this fireside chat. We want to end this tonight with a thank you, a TY to TG Tom Garino. I'm glad you all came out here tonight.
Before you go,
There's so
Mike,
many-
I think Victor had his hand up too. Victor, you want to say something? I don't want to leave
Victor.
I don't want to leave with anybody that doesn't want to talk.
Yes, I just want to drop a few nuggets to all our funders and the new people here, because I got a lot of calls and messages within the last 3 days, from the funders that, Victor, how did you manage to get to the top 10 on the leaderboard? And I said to them, OnPassive is not about being on the leaderboard or having, many people or things like that. I told each and every one of them, bombarding me with phone calls, that whatever you are doing, you've got to treat it as your own business. You've got to believe in it, have faith in it, and work it as your own, not Ash own. Because if you are treating this business as much as Ash business, then it will be very, very hard for you to really move forward in life. That has been my strategy. I believe in OnPassive. I dream OnPassive. I eat OnPassive. I sleep OnPassive. I work up OnPassive. There is no way that I will not have, that I will not succeed in OnPassive, because I take it as my own, not Ash's own, not Marty Digamo's own, not Mike Ellis' own. I treat it as myself. Negativity is infectious. Positivity is infectious. So whatever you are doing, believe in it, have faith in it. With OnPassive, whatever dream you have, it is possible here. And that is what I want to tell all our founders and the new members that are here tonight. Please treat this business as your own. And it's not about who is on the leaderboard or the first 10. I know I'm on the first 10, but don't take that as a success. I just want to encourage you all, treat it as your own. May God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. You see the excitement level. That's what we're talking about OnPassive. If you've been here for a while, you get on these calls, bring people to these calls, get tuned in to tuned up. Get on OnPassiveNation.com. Get on Marty's Facebook calls. I just can't say enough about staying tuned in. Look at how many people. When we started out, I think we had a lot of people on this call tonight on a Saturday. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Mike Ellis. Thank you, Dan Street. Thank all of you for being here tonight. Thank you, Victor, for sharing the excitement. I'm excited. Are you guys excited?
Woohoo! Let's do it.
Yes. Come on, open up and let's close this call out with hallelujah.
Good night, John. Good night, John boy.
Hallelujah. Whoop, whoop.
You're gonna close
In
this
it to
call
win it.
out.
Good night, John.
Yay!
To win it.
Listen to
Good
this
night,
noise.
John boy.
Thanks for
Wonderful,
everybody
wonderful
sharing your
way to spend
stories.
a Saturday evening.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
right.
Daryl Cook. Yeah.
Yay,
everybody.
What a great day.
Happy birthday again, Lois. Lois, happy
Yeah,
birthday.
bye.
Carol, happy birthday again, Carol.
Good night,
Have a
everyone.
blessed evening, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Everyone.
Bye. See you again.
Julie, I can't wait to get on the Julie and Milo show.
The whole face.
Get my
Can't
interview.
wait to talk to you, Mike, on Monday. Yes,
Yeah.
Monday with Mike Horde. Can't wait.
All right.
It'll be fun. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Bye. You're in
We
great
need
hands.
you, Mike Ellis. We need
Have a
you to
great
be
day,
on the
people.
show, Mike Ellis.
Have a great day.
Yeah.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. Really appreciate it.
Good night. Love you guys.
I'll
Good
see you
night,
guys.
John boy.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Sounds like a Walton